Hey there, Malcolm, and
Aloha.
welcome to the Call of Cinema. I'm not sure we got any viewers as of yet. We'll find out. We'll see how it goes. Either way, we're here.
Yeah.
But if you are here, like, share, subscribe, super chat, super sticker, donate. It helps at the channel, and our channel needs all the help it can get
Yes. Donate $69.
for this amazing Black Friday. If you want to see me buy anything at Black Friday, start donating because I don't get paid till after Black Friday, guys. My first.
Yeah, but that's depressing. That's depressing.
Nah, it's all right. But you know what is not exactly the greatest? We're going to go through it tonight. There's some good stuff. There's some really, really good stuff. And there's some other stuff. There's some really, really other stuff. So for those that are unaware, Black Friday, it's a thing that happens once a year. And, well, it used to be. But now, Malcolm, I think we're getting Black Friday months. We're getting Black Friday. Like, we're getting a whole ton of Black Friday stuff now.
It's funny. It's funny you say that because so in England, Black Friday didn't exist for many years because it was an American thing and I think Canadian.
Yeah.
Right. And then one day we started getting the Black Friday deals. And now, like Amazon right now says 3 days until Black Friday, yet the Black Friday deals have started and they're not that great. I mean, I had a whole load of stuff come today, but I bought in Black Friday, early deals, and the prices are not the best. Like, there was one blue one there that was normally $9.99. Sweet Willie in the house, and hey, and it was $9.99 normally, but Black Friday price $9.19.
I mean, there's things. There's definitely some things. I think Days of Our Lives Beyond Salem, Chapter 1 and 2. I think before we could do anything, what we're going to do, I'm going to read off the Vinegar Surname, like the newsletter that we got.
Sure.
And then we'll go from there.
Are you talking about today's?
Yep, today's one, yeah. For those that do not get it. All right. Before you dive into the Black Friday newsletter, point your web browser or app. Basically, that's $25 coupon thing. You can win a $25 coupon plus a autographed copy of Thriller signed by Christina Lindbergh, which, yes, please. The show, see if I can actually, wish I could. Let me see if I can download this.
That must be when she signed them for that little documentary they did on the Thriller set, because she was signing tons of them, so they must have kept some for this.
Yeah, because that was like
quite a while ago.
I would love to have seen some of this stuff. So we got basically they showed the box set. I can't see it on here right now, but couldn't be more excited for all of you to get your hands on our announced Black Friday slate, including our soon-to-be legendary 10 film collection. Which, by the way, the box looks really nice, guys. Including which gathers 10 of the craziest, weirdest, and unseen for decades, all lost feature films, plus a brand new feature-length documentary that is off to the races. A group of Olympic hopefuls fall prey to a javelin. We'll talk about this one a bit, actually, because I watched this with a psychopath. One of our most requested slashers, Fatal Games, which at last heard its way into Blu-ray. Feeling all doom and gloom, then our UHD Blu-ray disc collection of The Prophecy wanted to throw a brighten your spirits. Well, hey, let's not forget VSU Daryl, freshly restored, as well for the 2 secret surprise titles we doubt anyone will have a bone to pick with once they're revealed. By the way, did anyone happen to be on the Vinegar Cinema site last night at 12:01 Eastern Standard Time? Might as well check again tonight. I wasn't, but apparently there was a clue. We'd remiss to mention the ferocious duel of upcoming VSA titles, which proves the revenge is a dish best served, piping hot and well seasoned, served up hearty appetite, because in addition to these 2 VSAs, look out for a fresh trio of catalog slips, wherein the whole is greater than the sum of their parts. In addition to an immense assortment of fresh shirts, hats, merch, and more. The more here includes the highly cryptic, mysterious project we've been teasing, Of course, for those in the know, you want to stop over at Melusine for a new title, Annie Sprinkle.
Annie Sprinkles, you could tell by the mouth. You're that obsessed with her.
Like it's easy to tell. Like Annie Sprinkle's pretty, you can see it.
She's cute. She's really cute.
I think my dad's
I watched the Doris Richmond, adult movies.
Oh yeah,
and she was in both of them, and she was adorable in it.
My dad said there's one out there called Satisfiers of Alpha Blue. Apparently, it's supposed to be really good.
That might be the one they're doing.
No, I think it's going to be Deep Inside. From the picture, that's what it looks like.
But the DVD was on there.
Yeah, but upgrading it.
Oh, I bought that and I ain't watched it yet. And I'm going to get a Blu-ray now. This is ridiculous.
Well, you don't have to get a Blu-ray, man.
I do, especially if it's got that slip cover art.
All right. Do you want to look into the 80 film stuff first? You want to go with them first, or how do you want to do it?
Sure, let's do that, because that'll be a little bit different, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because they got not just one announcement, but like 3 months worth of announcements.
Yeah.
And I think some of these here, especially that new sub-label, going to be exciting to you, man.
Oh, very exciting. There's 2 sub-labels, isn't there, now? Because they've got one on the... I'll say it's a reveal because I don't want to spoil it, obviously.
So I'm going to go down back a little bit so we can actually go.
That's a great film, by the way, so close.
Ton of stuff the same. Seems like they've done ton of stuff the same day.
Hey, film watcher.
Hey, welcome. So, I got to find it. Where's all those announcements at?
Just because you go on Twitter, you should go on Facebook. It's better.
Yeah. Do you see? I have some amazing people on here. And then we have some of those other people on here. And you're saying, you should go on Facebook. It's better.
It is. X is terrible.
Sync that in for a sec.
Well, it's better when it comes to the pictures, at least.
Yeah, we'll go to Facebook, but I just got to fix that first.
You're going to be one of those people that pays for X soon.
God, no. I'm actually getting off of Twitter soon, to be honest with you.
It's weird now. People on Facebook are no better than the Twitterites. Well, I'm not talking about personally. I'm just mean with the pictures and the announcement stuff.
Oh, who said that?
That's how I look at it. So that's all I meant.
I'll say it. No, I'll be the first person to say, like, yeah, no, I got to kind of disagree with that.
Good idea, film watcher. I have that big set, and I love it, but I do wish there were individual cases. I hate big sets that don't have individual cases. It irritates me.
I'm actually a massive fan of that set.
Disagree to your heart's content. It's your channel.
You're starting off not on a good spot there, EH. Come on, man. Like, in all seriousness, this hasn't been the greatest night for me. Let's not go down this road. Man, I swear, sometimes. You try to be nice.
Chill out.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
No, yeah, I was talking about Entertainment Hell.
Okay, we got Mosquito Squadron.
Have you seen that? Because I've never heard of it.
Oh, no, I don't think I have. SWAT is here. Night the Comet is here. I'm going to leave one for last on purpose, actually. Fight Back to School.
Oh.
Loch Ness and Tokyo Decadence.
Because I was going to say, SWAT and Night of the Comet, they're just Blu-rays again, and Blu-rays have already been out for them.
That's true.
So
Tokyo
that's a bit,
was, I think, an Aerodrome release initially.
It was an Aerodrome release, and it was also released by Unearth Films in America, which I almost bought multiple times, and I'm so glad I didn't, because obviously I'd rather have a Region B copy.
I actually bought this one from my cousin a few years back for Christmas.
Yeah, Seven Seals, amazing film, watcher. Loch Ness, I haven't seen.
No, me either. That one here. So we get to do the second month. We're getting a 4K of Amityville Horror there. So Close, Street Law, Franco Nero. They're doing their version of that one. That one's out here in North America. I can't remember the company put it out.
I think Blue Underground, didn't they? Because they released it on DVD.
No, there's a Blu-ray out. It wasn't Blue Underground. There's another company that put it out as well.
Hey, Alex.
Welcome.
It's good to see you.
That's going to be me next week, man. Gold with Roger Moore, which is okay. And Evil Dead Trap 1 and 2, which is the next part to this new Asian line that they're doing. It's really kind of cool.
Well, I can say Street Law, brilliant. Beside the DVD of it.
Great.
So Close is really great. I loved the song bit in the elevator. That's such a great moment. Anvil Horror, I've got the Vinegar Syndrome, so I won't have that one. Gold, I've wanted to see for a long time because Kino released it in America, but I never got it. And Evil Dead Trap and Evil Dead Trap 2, I recently bought the Unearthed Films versions because I thought they'd never be released over here because of how violent they are. But it looks like I'm going to be buying these as well because I love the artwork on them.
So what if that's like a really kind of sexy edition that we have here, like with like extra features and stuff like that? I'm guessing you're going to be buying them
again. Then I'll buy it. If they're Japanese and Chinese, I'll be buying them anyway.
So right here we got Count Dracula, 4K and Blu-ray, and looks like DVD as well. Alan's pretty glad about that one. Blade in the Dark on 4K and Blu-ray. Looks like they're doing the same thing for Witchfinder General, of 4K Blu-ray and DVD. Blood on Satan's Cloud gets a 4K Blu-ray and DVD. That's the second other line, right? Is that they're doing? And we got Spectre. The Spectre Wears Skirts too. And
I will say this: Inspector Wears Skirts is one of the most amazing Hong Kong series. But I love the first one because it was called Top Squad at one point. Inspector Wears Skirts 2 is basically almost the same as the first one, which is really good. And there's two more. And I'm hoping they release those two and the spin-off Mal versions of the Mal cast as well, because I've been wanting to watch them for years and never been able to get them.
And the last one there is the Beauty of Beauties.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to get a 4K and a Blu-ray of that one as well.
I have to get rid of my Beast on Satan's Claw because I bought the Blu-ray. So I have to get rid of that now for the 4K.
Beast on Satan's Claw. I can't. I got the 7th edition.
Rich Fighters General.
I got the 7th edition with that nice, sexy cover.
And sell it and get the upgrade.
No, hell no. That covers. Took me so long to get the one with the cover. So
take the slip cover off. Take the slip cover off and sell the movie.
I actually have two slip covers. Mine accidentally came with two slip covers.
I wonder if the AA Films got the rights to the other Reeves films. They probably did. Because you've got to remember, in most companies, when they do multiple films, it means they've got multiple rights. So they probably do. A bit like the Cardona stuff with Vinegar Syndrome. And the Nashi stuff with Mondo Macabre.
Let's not talk about the Cardona stuff.
I did see that they're doing Heroic Show. Do you know what? I'm going to import that. I'm going to import the hell out of that because I need to have those 4Ks in my collection. I need to have them. Heroic Show is incredible. It's a great film. And it's got 3 of the most sexiest women of all time in as well.
I think
that's true. They are watchable.
So that basically, each of these here is a Japanarchy.
Yeah, Japanarchy.
Which
I'm curious to see what other movies they pointed. Like, are they going to have 50 movies altogether, like they did with the slashers?
Oh, for sure, I guess. So you're hoping on to have a booklet essay on a righteous and grotesque female rage in upcoming 88 films release of Evil Dead Trap 2. So there you go, man. It's going to be new booklets and everything.
They did announce it, but if you go back to the Witchfinders General and Blood on Satan's Claw, that's got its own brand as well.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, no, I saw it. It was kind of a yellowish one.
Yeah.
Should be on here too, but of course it's not because why? Why would they put
Because
everything?
Twitter sucks.
Yeah, well, Twitter does suck ass.
I agree with you, Alex. AF Films should win because they have done a great job. The only problem I have with AA Films is barely any of the stuff they announced originally comes out on time. Because
I gotta agree with this too. 88 Films has done such a great job this year. Will soon be, hopefully.
or
Michelle
they
will be
don't
doing
put up to
her.
pre-order till later.
We got to get ready to do our report cards.
We do.
Yeah, our company report cards.
I
So
don't like Amazon. I don't like Amazon Film Watch. I'll tell you why. Sorry, Aaron, I just want to say this quickly. I got the collector's edition 4K of The Outsiders today with the book, right? Because it went on sale for £30. And I was like, I've got to have this because it's one of the greatest films I watched when I was a kid. So I opened the box. I think big, massive dent at the top.
oh,
Looks like it was bitten into.
maybe it was.
Yeah.
There you
Which
go.
annoyed me a bit. And I got one
Just
of
a bit.
Alex's favourite movies, Pleasure.
I got to put one here.
Oh, excuse me.
I want to go through the Severin. The last Severin title was announced. We're going to go through all of them together and
Yes.
see. Let's do a. Do we think it's worth the bundle cost ratio analysis on this stuff? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Are we ready?
Okay. Are we ready?
Break it down. Okay.
To suck it.
Black Friday 2023. First thing we got was this amazing cemetery poster. So I'm like, man, I know Cemetery Man is going to come, but there's going to be some really awesome things. They're going to end off with an opera or a Clones of Bruce Lee set. Malcolm, do you remember the naivety of those days?
I do. I remember very well because I remember when these used to cut, I used to get so hyped. I get so excited. And the sad thing is, guys, I can say this right now, it's not spoiling anything. Hey, Dustin, I'm
Hey, welcome, Dustin.
probably only going to buy 4 titles from the announcements.
They're definitely announcements.
This is so when they announced first, I was like, yeah. And then later on,
Okay, so let's start. We start off with like The Church. I'm thinking, not my favorite of his films, but it's a decent film. Like,
yeah,
excited, a 4K upgrade with a CD.
but will
Sounds
look
really good.
amazing.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's going to be cool. If they're starting
Yeah.
with The Church, this is going to get so much better. Like that's starting strong. And I said, I know
Yeah.
it's coming next. It's going to be Cemetery Man. And, me and you both agreed. And
Yeah.
Cemetery Man, bam, it was number 2. So
Yeah.
we were like, yes, right? Cemetery Man.
Hooray. Yeah.
Finally. What can day number 3 be? Well, obviously it's going to be The Sect, right? But it's not. It's actually Closed Circuit, an intriguing film I
Yeah.
didn't know I needed to see.
The trailer made it look amazing.
It does. Looks really cool.
Never
Not
knew it
sure.
existed.
Yeah, never heard of it before, but I'm. And then on the 4th day, I'm like, this is also a movie that people did.
Well, I'm going to say this right now. When Vinegar Syndrome said they found better films, they sold this one to Severin.
Yes. 80 Films announcement. That was amazing to see announcements done like that. And just like dropping 3 months of announcements is insane, Gary.
What you've got to remember about 88 Films as well on this is they announced the Pete Walker slasher collection. All right. And that's been pushed back so many times,
I think
because I've got credit for it.
I think there's a good that's a good way that may be one of the reasons that they did. And one of the smart things was like, okay, you know what we're going to do? We're announcing like 3 freaking months. Things get switched around. That's 3 months. We know what's coming over the next 3 months. Because, every company has that. Hey there, Mike. Welcome, man.
I did, Alex. I got all 3 of them. I've had all 3 of them anyway for a while.
So this one is ready for a dad joke.
Sure, let's do the dad joke.
DOA. See, get it? It's like that one.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Mike.
All right, so that's a film. And then we followed up with
My vote one doesn't have the booklet either, and I got it a while back.
Stir,
Stir.
which
I like the look of this, but I gotta be honest, it's not something. It's one of those films that I found. If it was available here, I won't pay $20 for it, and I can guarantee it's not going to have a slip.
that's the thing. I wouldn't pay, like, here's the thing. Stir is one that I want to see, to have, but not it's not something I need to pay full price for.
Yeah.
And then there's, for crying out loud.
This is the one you were most excited about.
Oh, I'm so stoked about this one, man. It's just like
I wasn't
just
excited
had to-
about this one until I found out it was the kid from The Toy with Richard Pryor, and then I went ballistic. I went to this is what he did when he grew up.
I don't want to grow up. So yeah. And then we finally get the sect. I'm excited.
Yes.
If the sect is number 7, wow. Like, is this a great film? Also, no. Is it a good film? Yes, because it's got, Jamie Curtis's sister, Kelly Curtis, on it.
Yeah.
I have the Blu-ray of this one, so it's not something that I gotta kind of upgrade right away. It's it's not a day one upgrade type of thing. And we follow that up with
The Unscarred. Is it
it's
Unscarred?
Unscarred, yeah.
Yeah.
It's another movie by Buddy Giovanazzo. I guess most famous for Comet Shock, but kind of being his big.
Yeah.
Again, no shade on the film. This could be a great film. Is it a day one film?
Nah.
No. And the final one, the big announcement, the one to blow the roof off, Spider Labyrinth.
I remember when this came up earlier, you messaged when you said, "Look at the picture. I love it."
Why would you use this picture?
That's what I want to know. It's like, oh.
It's like, what the hell? So, are there any here that are day ones for you?
Not really, but I mean, not really, but considering I want to get the 2 box sets of Peter Cushing and the Mondo Macabre 2, I'll probably get the Church, the Sect, Closed Circuit. If they're in a bundle thing, you're like a small bundle, because sometimes they have the small bundles, don't they?
Yeah, well, I think normally they have 3 bundles, so I expect the everything bundle, some bundle. I expect a Suave bundle, and probably like some type of.
I'm hoping an Italian bundle, to be honest.
That'd be good. What if they say like, no, we want to do like a bundle with the dead one, Stir, Raiders of the Living Dead.
Then what I'll do is I'll get on my blower, I'll call them up and go, "You're going to make a special, bundle for me."
It's It's not
I already
good.
have the Shameless Blue and the Shameless Sect. They're not good enough for me because it's horrendous. I watched them; they both look awful. And there's this on the Shameless ones.
The Sect was put out by was it Code Red? I think was it Code Scorpion? Maybe I think it was Scorpion. I think Scorpion put the Sect.
Was it Scorpion through Ronin Flicks? Because Ronin Flicks has released some, but I know some of them were on the site. Yeah, I don't know how those Blu-rays look, but the Shameless ones are shameless.
No, it's pretty good. I got the Shameless one. And yeah, man, it's watchable. It's not like, here's the thing. I grew up in VHS CED days, right? So when people like look at like a kind of mediocre DVD and like, man, this is unwatchable, I'm like, yeah, right. Go back to the days when we were like, oh wow,
yeah,
you remember?
You want unwatchable? Watch a VHS. But it's been watched over and over and over again. Then you point your player and you can barely see anything.
Yeah, and you get that time when you're watching it and you're like around like halfway through it, and all of a sudden you hear that squeak. You know it's coming.
Yeah.
You know that tape is going to be soon breaking. You hear that like, It looks like there's nails on chalkboard. Sounds like
Well,
nails on chalkboard.
I'll tell you this. So Alex was born in the mid-90s, right?
Yeah.
I said to him, "Do you know what a VHS is?" And he was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh no." You know,
Do you think? How do you think this rates among the Severin like Black Friday bundles? Like now,
I think other than that one we spoke about, you know, which was really bad.
yeah,
I think it sucks. I mean, last year's was a lot better.
for sure. 100%. I'd say, and they space them right. I think all this all comes into a lot of like putting them in the right order as well. But I think for this, yeah, no, the worst one was still the one with like the God, what was the movie? So they were kind of like David Gregory was like directed one of the parts. It was an anthology film.
Yeah.
That year. That year was like, the movies are okay, but they weren't like Black Friday worthy.
Was the Bridget Leigh one was the Black Friday, wasn't it?
Which one?
Was that halfway? The Bridget Leigh ones was that halfway or Black Friday?
It was Black Friday.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Yeah,
that was a good year. No, but this year's it's a throwback to that not so good year that we had during the time when we were that time we all got locked in the house. Yeah, I'm disappointed. I really am. I was expecting a lot. Maybe I expected a lot more. I was expecting opera. That didn't happen. I was
yeah. I
expecting
would like opera.
Bruce Lee. Didn't happen. Like, not that there's not good, decent stuff here. There's some okay stuff here, and there's some stuff I'm sure some people are going to want. But
yeah, you got a bargain there, Alex, of the Nil by Mouth. I bought that when it first came out. I thought that'd be sold out by now, to be honest.
that's the thing. I mean, like
I think they did say they're still working on opera.
they are. Features and stuff are still being made for opera, and so that's the reason that one's not out.
I feel sorry for the people that bought that set recently, that 3-disc, the 3-disc opera set that originally came out, and people were paying $180 for it. I feel so bad for the people that recently probably paid that before they even found out it was going to be a 4K.
Well, here's the thing. I feel sorry for people that bought it. Like, that maybe. Now, I don't feel sorry for somebody that paid $180. like at the point that you're paying $108 for one movie, you gotta like really step back. Like, unless you're burning, you're getting up in the morning and like turning on your fire with $100 bills. You should not pay $108 for a movie.
Well, some people just got to have them, haven't they? I don't know. To be fair, it was a Dario Argento movie, and I mean, I never bought it. I just thought because I could never find it with a magnet.
That's the thing, right? Or that'd be $190 then.
That's true.
So Makeflix put out an email. So if you get that Makeflix emails, and if you don't, then sign up for it, because what will happen is every year they have 2 secret titles. They don't say what they are. You can go out and you can do a pre-order purchase of the titles, like sight unseen, like kind of like what Vinegar Syndrome does with their VSAs, right? Or with their 2 secret titles. So you have 2 secret titles. Like Witch Academy was one of the ones last year, right?
Yeah.
So this one here, you see this one, Demon, Divas, and the Lanes of Damnation?
Yeah.
Not only do I have this movie, but I bought it in Montreal. And
doesn't surprise me.
Amy Lynn Best was there. She signed it. She actually signed it. Seemed like a very nice lady, but she was so tired. I could tell she was so tired. So I'm not spending any time.
What about Splatter movie? What's Splatter movie? Have you got that one?
No, I don't actually. Or do I? I don't have the director's cut for sure.
I have to be honest. The 2 secret titles, I won't be that excited. I won't be excited by it.
Witch Academy was fun. That's one I wish I had.
Yeah. Problem is for me is, and you know this, if I try and buy movies off here, they want £80 postage.
That's the crazy thing. Like, that's insanity. That's the reason I don't have these titles too, man. Like, the same thing here.
I mean, I'll tell you this, right? So earlier I was on Diabolic DVD and I went, okay, I'm going to buy the titles I want because, because I promised my friend I wouldn't send any more titles to send to me. So I went, I'll buy them myself, right? Get them shipped to me from Diabolic. I
Yeah.
put 7 movies in my cart. Shipping was $57 and then $35 VAT from the UK on top. So I was looking at $90 altogether
That's
on top of what I was going to buy. Mental.
I'm about to say something really controversial.
Right.
Witch Academy and Jacko, yeah, I'd be more excited to get those than anything Severin announced.
Oh.
At least I'm gonna have like not shade on those films, like at least the Suave films. Okay,
A lot of shade.
no, yes, a bit of shade. It
And
is a
at
bit of shade.
least they'd be cheaper. At least it'd be cheaper to buy them as well.
Oh my god, yeah, because Severin's like shipping is freaking not great either.
No. I'm waiting for these type movies to come out in 4K.
You're waiting for Jacko for 4K.
Yeah. Because it
Why?
will happen eventually.
Yes, but it doesn't need it.
Exactly. That's the point.
It's like, what's the one Vinegar Center put out on 4K? And everybody was like, but why though?
Oh, what was it? I'm trying to go through them.
Yeah, it was recently. One of the most recent ones.
Tell me about 10 Killer?
No, like that. See, here's the thing. I can kind of understand that. I'll go, like, not really. It doesn't need it. Let's just say, it'll be here. A lot of these, I'll tell you that right now. Some of these traumas did not need 4K.
Oh, it was Killer Condom.
Killer Condom. Yeah. Not there's anything wrong with the film. I'm not saying it's a bad film. I'm not actually, not at all. It's fun for what it was. I had the DVD of it back in the day.
Yeah.
But if somebody said, "Hey, we're going to do a Blu-ray of Killer Condom," nice feature Latin Blu-ray, I'm like, okay, that sounds really makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But it's like taking some of the shot on video stuff, right? And like doing like Jacko, for instance. Jacko was a lower budgeted film. It was not shot in a way that I think 4K is going to be like advantageous.
Oh, no, of course not. But they'll put it on there because that's money grabbing it, and it'll be like $90.
And it's just, and they'll say like, and you know what? Some people will go, and they'll be like, "This is the greatest movie. I've been waiting for a 4K version of Jacko, like for ages now." And for like I always say, everybody's got a favorite movie. Some movie is
if they do a 4K of Nightmare Sisters, I want it to come with smelling underwear of each female character in that, so I can wear them on my head every time I watch it.
We have to talk about something. We have to talk about something. It's going to be. We talked about this sort of. Yeah. So, Fatal Games.
Yes, Fatal Games, one of the greatest horror movie of all time, in my view.
We're going to get there.
It's incredible. I see a massive argument coming.
Yeah, I do too.
A friend of mine owns the rights to an earlier Shivan film, cool, get the rights for this. Wow.
All right. So I watched Fatal Games. And now, all that being said, was a pretty dodgy VHS version of Fatal Games, okay?
He went the cheap way. Yeah.
And I will 100% be buying Fatal Games. And I won't buy it day one. But it is definitely 100% buy. It's going to be in my collection.
He's not going to buy it day one. He's going to buy it day two.
But that being said, let's go for the pros first, okay?
All right, okay, sure.
Like, so, a lot of nudity. Like, more, like, you think you've seen, like, a slasher movie, you say, oh, that movie's got a bunch of nudity. No. Like, multiple shower scenes for absolutely, like, just put in there. Just because. Bring Stevens. Not in the movie for any reason at all.
It's a shower.
In a shower scene. Randomly. Just in the background. Because why not? there's a scene where a girl's getting like as you do, as every sports athlete does, gets a naked massage from a nurse, uh,
Yeah.
played by Sally Kirkland, who looks nothing like you are going to imagine
No.
Sally Kirkland looks like. And when she takes off that, and they show her from like show her body, it's obviously Linnea Quigley. Anybody that's seen Linnea Quigley and knows what she looks like, so obvious. Either
Yeah.
that, or I'm just really pervy about Linnea Quigley.
I think you're very pervy about her.
It's because I knew it immediately. I knew it was her immediately.
Well, it's
That
because
kind
you
of scares me.
fantasized about her.
Oh, who doesn't? Yeah, who hasn't? So that's the good stuff. And the the javelin kills really cool. Really love javelin kills. Now
They're a
let's
bit
get to the
silly
episode.
though. They're a bit silly though because when that girl's weightlifting in the gym, how did she not see that javelin? And was that room like
It's
50
like
feet
pieces,
long?
man. It's like pieces. It's like the guy like walking into the elevator with a chainsaw hidden behind his back.
And the other thing as well is my favourite scene in the whole movie. Well, two of them actually. The first one has to be that the killer put on scuba gear to hang out in the water of the pool, waiting for the person to jump in. And the second one is jumping from the roof and just falling.
Oh my god. And it ends like so suddenly. Okay, but that being said, this is absolutely dumb fun. I think everybody should buy it. Like, but
How about this? I don't want to disqualify you, Annie.
that being said, there's people right here I'm going to tell you right now that are going to be, and I understand it, rightfully so, super offended by the reasoning behind the killing. I get it.
I've got a different view on that. Not because I don't agree with you, but because I feel there's a difference between what you saw on that and the thing. Because my view of it is this. And I'm going to say this very carefully because I don't want to insult people. I don't want to, upset people. But I think there's a difference between doing something because you want to do it, because you feel like, that's who you are, and somebody who basically did it because they wanted to cheat and felt like it was an easy way to a gold medal. I really feel like there's a strong difference. Now, I don't think in today's society you can really say that. But I do feel like it's not exactly black and white on that line. Do you know what I mean?
But that's like leaving all that aside because like really that doesn't make like much difference. The whole thing is that basically
It does make a difference.
No, because this would have been offensive either way, like 100%.
How
Like
so?
if it would have been okay, let's just say who the killer is would have been for the what we thought the initial reason was going to be, because it's pretty obvious who the killer is. We're not going to say. Maybe I'll shoot you a thing in private chat so that you know what I'm talking about. Okay, because I want to spoil it for anybody.
Okay.
And that being said, I do think like it's not. You see what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like either way,
That's a
it
good
kind
point
of
what you
sucked.
said.
Like, which is a shame because
Yeah,
this is a dumb, fun movie. It's exactly what to this point is what I want it to be. I want it to
yeah,
be like just like tons of nudity, good kills, silliness, bad acting. It's badly acted, but it's not like in a way that that it's stiff and you can't enjoy it. It's
yeah.
really enjoyable, super enjoyable.
And I think it's the perfect example of what a horror movie used to be.
But
You
it's not
know,
good. Like with all that being said, it's not a good. It's not like Graduation Day is one of the ones that kind of like had to sink into me, and I didn't really like. I liked it, but I didn't love it first, and it's one of those that I've come to love over time, right?
oh, I get that, but what I'm saying is, when you were looking for a cheap, bad horror film, this was one of those films that works in that sense. because
Yeah.
it goes by all the notes of what you expect. You know, the silly type of kills with a certain weapon, the ridiculous reveal at the end,
The horrible
the
song.
new, yeah, the horrible song, the nudity, the terrible acting. You know, this terrible set where you can tell it was, you know,
It
bad,
is.
and they had to film in there at night because that was an actual working school at the time.
It's literally checking all the boxes. I have to check something here as well, by the way.
Sure.
So this one came out in 1984, right?
1984.
So yeah, I had to check. I knew I was right. Okay. So man, I can't say it's a given. Let's just say, in its own way, in its very clumsy way, it's kind of trying to rip off another slasher film that came out
Mm.
the year before it with a certain actress in it that we all know that had sequels where she wasn't acting in it.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I still think they should have hired Sally Field instead.
Sally Kirk, man, what happened? I mean, like, Sally Kirkland is like this goddess figure, right? In all these
Yeah,
like sexy films and that, and
yeah,
she is almost unrecognizable. You think Charlize Theron is unrecognizable monster? Look at Sally Kirkland in this movie.
yeah,
She's like, she's definitely she's not the sexy Sally Kirkland that we know. That's for
no.
sure. Um, she's the opposite. She's like a harsher version of like, I don't know, like Nurse Jackie. I don't know, for lack of a better word. Could you use a blonde person, right?
That's a good point. I think Fatal Games was held back a little bit before it came out.
Was it really?
I
Because
think so because I know that there was issues with them using the school because the school could only be used at night because when no one was there. That's why all the scenes are at night practically
now
because
I'm excited for the features.
I'm excited for the features. I'm hoping, I'm
They should have had you
praying
do a commentary.
for two. They should have done. I'm praying for two commentaries. Hopefully, one with the director and one with like a historian kind of person who can talk about it more. That's what I'm hoping.
It's going to be like And all that being said, it's not a movie that I think did anything out of malice. Like when I say that about the ending thing, I think well, some people will be, bothered.
Yeah,
Like that being said, I don't think that this is not a film that the director or the writer made with any type of malice to. They
yeah. I
just
don't think
were,
they really thought about it. I think they didn't really think about,
yeah,
because we have to remember this is the 80s. When it was the 80s, there were so many characters that they used as villains and all this, But
it, it's this,
you got to kind of take it.
yeah, it's the same decade, my friends, that brought us Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes.
That that scene.
Yeah.
And a whole movie called Soul Man, which to this very day, I have I have no idea how that got made. No idea. These slipcovers, I'm kind of losing my interest with some of these slipcovers. I know Bullet Blake would be really upset with me for saying that, uh, but I am, man.
I like that they're bringing back the slipcovers because for the films I really care about, I can get those slipcovers.
For the ones you don't have.
I Yeah, the ones I don't have the slipcovers for. But I will say I'm happy with them having the seal on them. I don't care if they've got them or not. I'm not paying a ridiculous amount. But saying that, I'm paying $10 worth of points for each one.
Yeah,
So in a way, I feel like I'm overpaying for them. I could use that towards other stuff.
it's their bread and butter. Do you think, Sean, and do you think Malcolm? Do you think everybody here that there's going to come a time when the slipcover thing is just going to kind of run its course, and people are
Yes.
going to be looking? There's the new, whatever the new things.
The reason I believe that is because nearly every boutique label company is doing it. You got television doing it. You've got Severin doing it now on titles, better slips as well, like the Vinegar Syndrome ones. And then you've got these other companies like Error 444. They're
The
doing
reason,
it. You've got,
go
you
ahead.
know, you've got EA Films, you've got, you name it. And to the point where I actually feel Criterion and Radiance are refreshing with they don't have it.
Yeah, actually, I agree with that. Actually, you know what else? You know what I think? I think that the biggest sign that it's starting to run its course is that
Yeah.
Vinegar Syndrome is trying to do everything else.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not just like VSUs, you know, VSAs,
Yeah.
the new box set. Like they're looking for that next big gimmick. Yeah, even 88 Films
And
does 100% have upped their slip game.
and they're doing their new line, VHSS. VSS.
So,
Vinegar Syndrome. It.
I mean, the collector's market, and I did kind of want to talk with this. It was Royal Man came in 1997 Studio wanted Whiteman to play the lead in blackface. Oh my God. Wake up white again, like being black is a nightmare. Oh my God. See?
Got to remember the times though.
Yes, no. Here's the thing. Malcolm Studios are still making those dumbasses.
Well, I agree
Wish I
with
could
that, but
say
I'm
we
saying
weren't.
you still have to remember the times. It's not that
Yeah.
I'm sticking up for it. It's just you have to remember that, and this is gonna sound a bit what do you call it, but in the 70s, in the 60s, even if you go all the way back to the 30s, 40s, and that, these people, they didn't think about this stuff because you've got to, well, in the 70s, they should have thought about more. But what I'm trying to say is you got to think about the whole rights thing people are fighting for now and how they were fighting for it back then as well. But it just didn't matter as much because they didn't have the and I don't mean it doesn't matter to us, but what I mean is it didn't matter so much because they couldn't get so much of a voice because they didn't have a chance on
That's a
TV. They didn't have a chance with the paper because they're always kind of like pushed aside, and it's with any supposed minority of, of who you are or what you call it, and it's wrong. But you have to remember the times. And I'm not saying it's right now, it never is. But what I'm saying is, it's the times, and I think sometimes you've got to take that into consideration. Not that it was right, because it was obviously wrong, but how people thought at those times, which is sad.
it's cardboard and kicker less about the film. You actually mentioned, by the way, tonight that you'd already seen like people trying to pre-sell
Yes,
their copies of the box set
yes.
online, which is
£69.99 they're selling it for.
I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you to the chat in general. Do you think that we've reached a point where there's so much of the packaging
Yeah,
and display and whatever that it's becoming the wrong type of collector
it
mentality?
is. It is, because I can tell you immediately for mine, because as you know, I pick up almost every title, right?
Yeah,
But from these companies.
if you watch them.
There, there was a time when I was younger, where let's say I got one of these, I just put on the shelf after watching it. Now I have to put it in a protector to protect it, which is nonsense in reality because it's a slipcover. But I feel I have to protect it because I like it. I want it to be mint. And in the long run, you end up buying the slipcovers more because you feel like you want them all to go on your shelf. And the point is the movie, right? Same with these second sight releases and these other ones that are like 50, £60. In reality, all you want is the movie. When I get the collector's edition, do I look at the whole book? Do I look at the things? Most time, no, because I'm like, okay, I'll look at them at some point else. Or, I don't want to take them out the white band thing because I'm not going to put them back in and they look sloppy.
Yeah.
So what happens is I'm watching the film, get a collector's edition, point it on the shelf, going, oh, I'll look at it again later. And then you never do because you've still got that backlog of other movies. And it's
And
wrong. It's tedious. It's stupid.
it's something that's been bothering me a bit recently, um, because I sometimes feel like at this point, some of the things that we're getting for the
Yeah.
prices that we're getting them,
Oh, it's ridiculous.
yeah, and that we normally would. But it's this
No.
whole I need to have this shiny.
Yeah.
And like when I say that, like guys, look at my movie library. I'm I'm part of that problem in a way.
Yeah, the Halloween trilogy still books there.
Yeah. And again, I'll still want the nicest edition of movies
Of
that I
course.
that I enjoy.
Especially if you
But
love them.
yeah, because I love the films. But my problem is with when people don't. When people where they're buying it for the slip, when they're buying it for booked, when they're buying it for a poster, when they know they're not going to watch the movie, or worst
Yeah.
yet, when they're not buying it to watch at all, when they're buying it for either clout or they're buying it because they're going to be selling it online
That's
to
what
make
most
some extra money.
YouTubers do. Most YouTubers buy it for clout.
And I can't be, and I think there was a point where I felt like I should,
Yeah.
because there was a lot of YouTubers and they're going out and they had their every month, right? Every week. Like there was hey there, Darcy's welcome, man.
Hey, Miscellaneous in the house. Woo.
Yeah, it's the only buy premium editions of movies that I absolutely love. Exactly, Dustin. That's exactly the way I'm
Well,
looking now.
I'm going to tell you this right now. This is a revelation, right? So, Darth Sidious, right, likes to get a good bargain. We've said this before, but this is going to go into that. Not obviously about Darth Sidious, but in general, what I'm saying. So, most of the movies I say now, which I buy straight away because I want the slip, I want this, I got to have it. I remember years ago there'd been 10, 50 packs, or there'd be $1 in the bin. Like, I don't fancy this. Now they come out on disc, on Blu-ray, 4K, collector's edition. Oh, I better pick that up because I need to watch that. I mean,
Yeah,
look at the partner labels. Every month I buy every single partner label. Why do I do that? Why do I do that? I don't know. But it's pointless because most of those films I'll probably only watch once going, eh. You know what I mean? But what annoys me is that dollar bin. That dollar bin where I used to walk by and go, oh, I don't want this copy of, let's say, The Prophecy. You know? Oh,
yeah.
I don't want this $5 Blu-ray. Oh, look, now I'm going to buy the $50 4K set.
I literally had to I remember when the Prophecy came out, the cheap edition at a Walmart. It was in a $5 bin, and I bought it, right? No, I didn't
Yeah,
buy it. No, actually, no, that's a lie. I didn't buy it. I'm I like it, but I don't $5 like it. And then it came out. I was at a crate picker sale, where the things are like
yeah,
25 cents each, and I picked it up there, and I actually ended up getting
yeah,
two copies by accident. Um, so and now I was, and when they announced they're doing a 4K, I was like, wow, doing a 4K of the Prophecy. What am I talking about?
yeah.
I didn't want to spend $5, and now I'm
No.
excited. Had a $50 option of a movie I wouldn't spend $5 on.
And the
And there
worst
was
thing,
four in that pack.
the worst thing is it's more accessible in a way, but at the same time we're wasting money, but we need it a bit because of all the recessions and everything. And we don't know what the future holds.
That's it. And it's mentioned, Sean mentioned up here, if Vinegar Syndrome decided to not have slips on anything ever again to save costs for more movies, would they lose a ton of business? I don't think so. But
Arrow did. Arrow did when they. Sorry, I'm going to carry on. I'll say
no, no,
after.
no, no. You think Arrow lost a ton of money when they stopped doing these?
When they stopped doing the windows, they lost a lot of business at first. I know they did because there was a lot of hate of them getting rid of it. But you got to remember that was so long ago now that nobody cares.
Yeah, it bounced
But
back.
at the time, they did. At the
Yeah,
time,
exactly.
people cared.
Oh, I cared. I think
Exactly.
the window boxes were still some of the best things that were done. It's the way.
I miss
But I
them.
think at the end of the day, if they keep it up, they how far do you have to go before your price just have at the market, or before your price just have too high, so that some of your So the only most fervent like fans can afford and will buy absolutely everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, my wife, my beautiful, intelligent, exotic wife, Donna, she always says to me, look, you've got a problem. You need to calm down. I'm worried. You're buying thousands of movies, thousands of dollars worth of movies every month. And I'm like, I'll calm down. I won't do it. And then I'm like, oh, and I'm like, I got to do it. And I'm jumping. Oh, there he is.
Oh, you are definitely welcome to be a guest anytime you want to, my man.
Hey, Jose. And it's just, it's crazy. Because you shouldn't feel that way, but yet you do. Like, I'll give an example. I know most of the time, because of the things I've got, I could probably watch most of these movies, right, in HD without buying them. But I cannot watch a movie. It's going to sound really sad, but I can't watch a movie online unless I own it.
That doesn't sound sad to me at all, actually. Because the thing is, like, for me, there's a whole aspect of like, not just stream. Remember back in the days when torrenting, like torrenting's still a thing, but when torrenting was like big, right?
Yeah.
Like when there was every second place was a torrenting site.
Yeah.
So I was the type of person that early on when you couldn't find these movies, so I used to torrent these films. But the second I had such guilt, I was raised by my grandparents. I had such guilt that the second movie would come out,
Yeah.
even if I couldn't afford it, sometimes I would buy it because I had torrented it and I wanted to have a legal copy of it.
Well, I'll tell you this, right? So, I don't know why it keeps double posting what I'm saying. That's a bit weird. But it's done twice now. What I'm going to say is this: it's like Bollywood movies, right? Bollywood movies have not been put on disc or Blu-ray for the most part now, unless you buy them from somebody that does them unofficially, right? I look online, I find them online, I want to watch them, but because I haven't got a disc, it kind of makes me feel awkward because I haven't got that disc in my hand. Now, I know to me, that's ridiculous. Like, if I've got a standard definition DVD and there's a HD version online, I will watch the online version instead of the DVD because I'm like, better quality. See, but I cannot do it without buying the disc.
I've moved to the point, I think, and it happened because of Reanimator, that I'm okay with semi-owning digital. Yeah. Like, because I bought Reanimator at Arrow, and I've talked about this a dozen times, the FYE Steelbook Sexy Edition, right? And but it was one disc. One of the discs was missing, so they had a sale on iTunes, an Arrow sale, and I'm like, so the for $4.99, Reanimator was there, digital version with the extra features, an extra movie that I didn't have. So I said, you know what? Rather than have to rebuy the film physically again, I got it. I got the film. I'll buy the digital edition so I can watch the other version of the film, have it in my library to keep, and I'm good with that. So I don't need to buy Reanimator again. Sure. Like if maybe if it's super 4K, came with some nice special features or something like extra Barbara Crampton. But in all seriousness, and it's really been something that I've been struggling with recently. Is like just like how I'm not sure if I'm changing. Maybe it's part of it's like is that I'm changing, and I think that the market itself is changing. Because for me, and if anybody watches my channel and has for any length of time, they're gonna know this. For me, it's it's really about the film. And the reason I love Blu-ray and DVD and 4K so much is like I want to get, I want as pure an experience, and I want to learn as much as I possibly can. Yeah, I want to
kiss it.
I want to get, that's it, man.
Get all sleep with it.
But I want that.
That's what that hole's for. It's to help you.
I want that. I want to learn as much as I can. And
Yeah.
since I was young, since I saw Black Christmas when I was young, it wasn't enough for me to watch the movie and say, okay, that's a good movie. It wasn't. It became a point where like it's not enough anymore. No, I need to know everything. I want to know behind the scenes. I want to be able to
Yeah.
look at the movie and say, okay, so this is where they cut this, and this is where this scene went, and I want to know all that stuff. I'm weird.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a normal collector. But
Well,
that's my.
for you it's Black Christmas. For me, it was White Christmas.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, and it's like they're skirting that line of too expensive to purchase. And I mean, I really, really I so badly want to pick up like Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman, right? Which is
Yeah.
a movie that, let's be honest, in its day, we've all seen it in that $5 bin, right?
Yeah.
On
Of
VHS,
course. Yeah.
not even $5 bin, $2 bin, no,
Yeah.
not even bin. Uh, I'm at Lake Sunrise, which is an amazing place, by the way. Go there, check it out. Support your local brick and mortar stores that carry physical media. You can't bitch about stores not carrying physical media if you're not buying from those stores. If you're only buying online, you can't complain. Um,
And say Aaron sent you for a big discount.
uh, but I went to pick it up. I said, I got to pick this up. This is a good movie. I like this. It's got a documentary I watched with my dad. It's got emotional attachment to me. It was $70. $70. And I'm like, I want this. But do I $70 want this?
The answer was yes.
I'll put it
Yes,
back.
you did.
I'll put it back. I still want it. I don't know.
Isn't like $70 Canadian like £3.50 UK pounds?
Screw you, man. But no, it's something to really, really think about, because here we are, and I am going to be bluntly honest. I'm going to be truthful when it comes to this, because and here's the thing: this could be negative. People see it as a negative because I do like cover the Black Friday stuff. This is one of the big things on my channel. If you like it, feel free to donate or super chat or super sticker. Just putting that out there. But with all that being said, here's the thing. I am not impressed with either of these announcements, with Severin or with Vinegar Syndrome. I think Fatal Games is probably, and Daryl. I like Daryl too. That's a fun one. The best of these announcements. I think that the 10 movie box set looks absolutely frigging amazing. But the titles don't. They really don't. Can you imagine if Phantoms actually turns out to be the movie? How much crying will I do, Malcolm?
You'd be really upset, and it would mean I was right.
Yeah. That's why I'd be upset, because you're right. But it's Prophecy 1 to 3. Like, it's nice, but Malcolm, Prophecy really good movies. Like, in all seriousness.
Not really.
Now
But I reckon they're fun. They're fun, but where Malcolm today? I'm here.
Overall,
I think they're all right. They're all right, but they're not. Do you know what I mean? They're not like must-have, especially on 4K.
Yeah, and and again, like I said, I was honest. I said when Prophecy movies came out, I paid 25 cents. So, like, man, do I want to buy them for like 90? Is it? Did that say $90? Hold on a second. Did I read that right? Are you freaking kidding me? No, the answer is no.
You're looking at Canadian dollars, right?
Yeah, but even like put it in any denomination you want. Let's make $50. Okay, let's do $50, right? American, or 50 pounds, right?
Sure.
Still no. Still the big no. Like Severin's announcements.
Oh dear. I've got to say this, sorry, Evan. I'm telling you, I feel so sorry for you that you bought the other hell. I really am. I watched that and it bored me senseless.
Not gonna disagree with that one. The best release Seven have done this year for you, the Lenz and Milan box set. Great.
I agree.
Agree. 100%. Thomas Milian, Umberto Lenzi, great combination. Great set. Beautiful next year, Carol Baker Lenzi set. I was hoping it would be around here. I'm going to keep an eye out on Sunrise, see if it comes in. Tempted to just 2 prophecy box sets. Oh no! How can I not buy that 3rd prophecy set? I mean, like, am I jaded, man? Am I jaded? Malcolm, am I jaded? Have I gotten jaded?
Probably a little bit. I think we all do, to be honest. We all do, you know.
They've done it to me. They've done it to me. It's taken us time. I've been doing this 12 years. Like, guys, this gum, like, January of my 12th year doing this. Covering movies, doing all this type of stuff. I enjoy it. I do it because I love it. And
Up for a Mother's Day original, Keggy.
oh yeah, 100%. Not even close, man. Not there's something wrong with the remake for what it is. I wouldn't consider it a total remake, you know, just maybe name alone, but still. Yeah, I'm hoping that something's going to catch my attention. Something's going to get me excited to get me back into that spot where I'm like, you know, this is really fun again.
Yeah.
But
Aaron's given up. He doesn't care about Major anymore. He's given up on all of it.
To quote, like to do a Doctor Who quote, this just isn't fun anymore. Not collecting, but the way they're doing a lot of this stuff. With that being said, this has been one of the best years for physical media ever. Criterion's announcements were amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely everything for
and don't
coming
forget,
out that month.
And don't forget the James Cameron movies, True Lies, The Abyss, Aliens.
Yeah. And the 80 films announcements that we talked about earlier on, extremely excited with the way that's being done. 88 films, and we're going to talk Eureka in a minute, by the way, guys, because there's still companies out there that I think are doing it right. That I still think are really into it for the love of the film.
Yeah, I will say this: I think they will outprice themselves. I think they will end up struggling, and I think companies are going to realise that it's always wrong because you see these moments where people struggle and inflation goes up, but that inflation rarely ever goes down on company sites. So, you know, there's times where I think about quitting movie collecting. 1, space. 2, because well, it stresses out my partner. You know, when I remember, true story, right? I met this woman, and she was around my place, and for some reason, my closet got wet. I don't know how it got wet, but I freaked out in the middle of the night. Told her to get up, right, and told her to help me move all my DVDs. Now, we're talking about hundreds of DVDs, and she was half asleep at the time, out of the room because I was more afraid of that happening than her sleeping. Crazy.
We're getting deep tonight, man.
Here we are.
Deep thoughts.
We're getting very deep. Well, Wayne's World was what's that? Sport that deadly serious. She's a child of them. Well, that's fair enough for you, EH. It's fair enough for you feel that way. Guys, she looks incredible in True Lies. And I don't think any woman should ever be slapped on film or otherwise.
No, Well, I don't think anybody should be slapped in real life. Obviously, when you're, things like people get, quote unquote killed, and other horrible things in the making of of a movie. Not really. Like, I
Yeah.
hope that doesn't really happen. We're not talking about like Twilight Zone here. We're talking about like a regular film. So if she's if it's like it's a movie and like there's a scene where someone that's a scene in a film. Like, I love this question here. At what point has it just become compulsion?
Well,
When
I
FOMO takes
okay.
over. When
Well, it was
FOMO
good today. I was really good today, right? Because I saw that Cauldron Films had a sale, and they had titles I've wanted for ages, and I was like, they do not ship to me, and I was like, oh God, and I got really worked up over it because it really annoyed me. And then I was like, the movies, and I calmed myself down because I think that's the problem. I think when you know that things are being announced, they're going pre-order, you think, oh no, they're going to sell out, they're going to this, they're that. Most of the time, that doesn't happen. Only with the really special movies that happens, and it can be surprising, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's not like you can't get the movie anytime. In reality, all these movies are always available, just maybe at a different price once it's sold out.
So the convent's coming. Yeah, Blue Underground's playing at the convent
Yeah,
on 4K, which I've never
that's
seen.
exciting.
That's different. So I've never seen it. And I was kind of wondering why I hadn't seen it, and then I saw like, oh, it's Coolio. Like, it's probably why I probably passed it by. And then that's not, in all honesty, I didn't know Coolio acted. Uh, he does, right? That's
Yeah.
okay. I'm not sure he acted good.
Keggy says, why not just get rid of some of your collection?
Well, I don't collect. I curate.
That's exactly what I feel.
Uh, that's like, if there's what's left in my collection are the stuff that I want, that I watch. When I moved from Canada to Morocco, here I am in Canada right now. Um, then I had to look into my collection. There was stuff like, am I going to watch this? Do I really want this? Is this something for me? So my better half got me Necromantic too, right? I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
that's
probably,
one of Darth Sidious's favorite films.
is it really?
Yeah, he loves the Necromantic series. I
So like,
said to him, and he loves it. Sometimes he even cries because he feels it's so emotional for
but I'm like, I know you're lying. I was like,
him.
I can't. I like, it's not gonna be something I'm gonna watch a lot. And I think, it's a nice collector's edition. I could have went online, could have sold it, I could have done that type of thing. But that's not how I
Yeah,
like to do this. That's not the way I roll. For me, it was like, my dad would get a kick out of it, having this collection. It's a nice limited edition, out of print release. My dad can have.
mm.
Gave it to my dad. I had a bunch of movies that I had, and there's some were like just doubles and triples of copies that I didn't need. And
Well,
I'm like, my kids
you
gave them.
know, Entertainment Hell's got a point about True Lies because Alicia Disco said she was, abused on that set.
On True Lies.
Yeah. Not by Arnie. She said Arnie was protecting her and was always trying to help her, but some bad things did happen to her. So, you know. No, I think Necromantic isn't a horror film. I actually think Necromantic 1 and 2 are actually both German art house films
Yeah,
that have a lot
definitely.
more going on in them than you'd think.
But that being said, it was still wasn't not like, again, art house film. It was a one watch for me. But yeah, so easily the worst Cameron. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Like, I'd have to go through the Cameron library before I before I saw that. Like, The Abyss is a beautiful film, but I think
Yeah.
it's less entertaining.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah. It's not. I've watched that and I don't remember being that thrilling. So I always feel booze whenever I watch anything with Tom Arnold.
I can say that. See, here's the thing. I'm a Broadway guy. I love musicals and stuff like that. I was growing up, going to be an actor. I'm a musical fanatic, right? So
Yeah.
when Keg said Necromantic's not good if you like cats, I didn't think cats. I love cats, right? I didn't think, because
Yeah.
the pets. I thought of the musical. I said,
Yeah,
is there a
the
musical?
one with Taylor Swift and Rebel Wilson in. You love that one, didn't you?
Oh, yes. I don't even like Cats, the action musical, let alone the freaking thing.
Oh.
Now, Abyss for me is the least. Like, it was at the time that those wider movies were coming out, like Deep Star 6 and stuff like that. I love Deep Star 6, by the way. I thought Deep Star 6 was great.
Yeah.
I thought it was much better than Abyss.
Well, I'll tell you this. I hate Aliens too. Aliens. I hate it. I think it ruins everything that the first one created. But people love that film.
I love the film. I'm not going to lie to you. I do love the film.
I just hate all the use of all the aliens and everything. When the first one, my view, is a sci-fi horror masterpiece.
The first one's a slasher. Out and out slasher in space. It's literally a slasher.
It's a lot more. It's a lot more than that. If you ask me, just the way the tension is built. And...
when I say that as a positive. I mean,
but I mean, when I said it's more than that, what I mean is it's the way the alien is used so well, and the tension, and as the only thing that I think ruins the first one is the end, where you say alien hitting the outside constantly, like a dummy. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But the second one, I just feel like there's too many aliens. It's too actiony, and the only good scene I really like in that movie is where she confronts the mother alien. Near the end.
Oh, the whole thing.
Yeah, and that's a bit silly, but yeah, I've never liked the second one. What I'm trying to say is, I've never liked that one.
For me, I think for the first Alien, I really liked it. That scene where the alien comes out with the top hat and dances across the. But
that would be amazing,
guys. That's actually from a movie, and Aliens kind of. But no, I liked Alien. I liked Aliens for what it was. It was but I don't think it's the same quality. I think it's a good action movie.
It's a continuation without making it the same movie, isn't it? Really.
I think Aliens 3 is like, and I like Fincher, right? I like Fincher, but I think Aliens 3 is like not great. like if Aliens was a downgrade, Aliens 3 is like, oh no.
What about 4 Resurrection?
Well, it's beautiful. It looks gorgeous. Aliens 4, aside from Aliens 4 is the best looking film. Like, I'll give it that. Like, I'm not saying it's a good film or it's got a great plot. Aliens 4 is looks gorgeous, and of course that's what See the Last Children, right? Those guys made it, right?
I always cry at the end of Resurrection. When the hybrid alien gets I always cry at that scene.
Oh. I love Alien 3. Are you a Fincher fan? Do you love Alien 3 because of Fincher?
I thought Alien 3 wasn't great. I'm going to be honest. When it comes to ones I enjoy the first one, obviously, for the real reasons why. And I enjoy Resurrection because it's very cheesy and sci-fi-ish.
The water scenes.
Exactly, but I don't look at it as an alien movie when I'm enjoying it because I feel like it's a completely different tone. But I still enjoy it. But obviously, to me, nothing beats the original Alien.
Quality-wise, on
par with Space.
That's putting
Terminator 2
high.
is overrated.
Somebody said Alien Resurrection, quality-wise, it's on par with Species. Species is really good. I actually really like Species. I think it's
the first one's great. The second one isn't.
Second one's a movie too.
But it's terrible. The second one where we can feel each other. Oh no.
What do you think about 3 and 4?
3 and 4, I've never seen. I've got the movies, but I haven't seen them. I was going to watch them in October, but ended up not getting time to do it.
I think I watched 4 first time on a sci-fi channel or something like that. I think it might have been sci-fi original.
They do dip in quality.
I like Terminator 2. I mean, I would say like when Terminator 2 like definitely was overrated for a long time. I don't know if it is so much anymore,
Yeah,
because I really don't think people really kind of like it's that big at this point.
yeah. To me, Internet Hell says The Running Man. Running Man is in one of my top four movies of all time. So I love the soundtrack. I love everything about that movie. I really do.
I,
The Terminator movies, I'm going to be
I,
honest, number one is a sci fi masterpiece when it comes to just the whole thing in general. When it starts getting all these other
also
Terminators and
also a
everything,
slasher film.
yeah, exactly. But when you get to these other Terminators, it's fun. Number two is fun. I love the set pieces. I love that, but it doesn't beat the first one, even though a lot of people say it does. Three, four, five, six, all in my view.
Robert Patrick's a really good Terminator too.
He is good at it. But what I'm saying is that's not too bad. But the set pieces are great. One picture is great. The relationship between the Terminator and Edward Furlong, brilliant.
That was a
But I,
smart move actually.
but it doesn't feel as horror-esque as the first one. It feels more like an action movie.
But that's what like I mean. That's the thing though. I mean like James Cameron with Aliens with Terminator 2 has leaned in to the action like aesthetic, and for the 80s, the blockbuster, that era type of thing, like that was that was it. That was like it caught that whole time period, and
Yeah,
worked extremely well. The music, we're talking music video era, the blockbuster era, and I still think that they work really well. Now that being said, I do think that subsequent sequels have taken the shine off of these films a bit. I think
yes,
having so many bad Terminator films, like you'd think like okay, there's bad films, right? So that's going to
yeah.
make this the one before it look even better. But I think when you get so many bad sequels, it does tend to chip away at any type of like shine that this movie had before. Then now it's part two of a really failed franchise. Now for the Running
Well,
Man, like
yeah,
that's
go on.
obviously for me that was a breakdance. No, I just get that in there. Go on.
I love the Running Man. I will agree with you with the sequels. I think, see, to me, when I look at movies, horror movies, like I look at Halloween, I look at Nightmare on Elm Street, and I won't campfire the fame for that because as much as I like the original, I don't feel like it's on par with either of those films. And that's controversial. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like those two films. I think it's probably because I feel like I feel like Halloween, original one, and the
Yeah.
original Nightmare on Elm Street were very, very original. In their own ways. And I feel like if there'd have just been one movie, I think the legacy of them would be so much more greater because you wouldn't have had the silly sequels that came along.
I mean, I'm not
But
sure.
they've still got massive fan bases. Don't get me wrong; they've got massive fan bases. But I will always look at the first Halloween movie and go, "This works as standalone. It's got a proper horror ending, and it's brilliant. And it's everything that a horror movie should have been at the time." When you get to Halloween 2, it's still in the similar vein. Don't get me wrong. But when you get after that, it loses, in my view. I know you're going to disagree with me,
That's
but
okay.
it loses that magic as it goes along, you know, because you get mask changes, you get these character changes, you got this to the point where it's a bit like a show that goes on too long. You kind of get a bit tired of it if you're watching them constantly. Same with Hellraiser. The first Hellraiser is brilliant. The second one, they both work perfectly together. But when you get after that, it's a little bit.
I I'm going to agree with Mike here. I do think Hellraiser is the best horror film in 1987, um, by far. And with that being said, I think Hellraiser 2 is even better than Hellraiser. Like it's it's just such a well constructed sequel. Even though the recast the lead villain. Um, but it's important, like what you said, and it makes sense. And I don't disagree with you actually. Although I love a lot of these films, a lot of these are in my
Yeah.
like are films that are big, and I'm glad that they kept on. I'm glad that they kept doing them. Um,
Yeah.
like, do I think though that some of these? Here's the thing. Here's the killer part. We've seen so many bad, right?
Yeah.
Like sequels, whether it be like or so mediocre, like we'll say mediocre sequels too, right? For Hellraiser,
Yeah.
for Halloween, for Friday the 13th, for Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay, but
Yeah.
I do think that as what if they would have been one-off films, they still would have had. I think Halloween at least still would have had that like shine. Okay, that
Yeah.
wonderfulness to it. But I do think there's something to be said for good or bad, and, if the quality can keep up to at least a certain level, that it's the actual franchise portion of it that actually gains its legacy.
Of
So
course.
it's like a great like Friday 13th is it's a decent film. It's layered like that. You can watch it over again. But the sequels really bring the mythos of Friday the 13th. And Nightmare on Elm Street is I love Nightmare on Elm Street, but Nightmare on Elm Street 2 is friggin' amazing. It's like a camp classic. Nightmare on Elm Street
Right.
3 is absolutely stunning, and 4 and 5 like have sequences that I like. But I do think that if Nightmare on Elm Street would have just been that 1984 like one film, the one horror film that would have been
Yeah.
done, it would be remembered for being kind of a clever film, but it would be no more remembered than The Burning or The Prowler or films like that, which were really great films that were really applauded back in the day. There's even certain films that were great one-offs that people kind of wondered, like Stage Fright, right? That was
Yeah.
back in the day. Titles like that were great films. The Mimic. There's another one. Like it's a fun one. But but that wasn't they did other mimics, but basically, but a
Sure.
lot of these one-off films became like nice little subnotes. But because I want to get this out right, because like Nightmare on Elm Street did spawn this franchise and this like thing that like literally ate its own tail eventually. Because Friday the 13th went there. Because Halloween, you kind of like went into the whatever direction, whatever 27 directions went into.
There's two other mimics, Charlie. I just wanted to say because you said the sequel.
But I think that is part of what makes it what it is today, rather than being a film. I think out of all the films, like Halloween would have been one of the ones that would have made it, and we'd still be talking about it in the way that we talk about some other films. I don't know if Friday 13th was just one film. I don't think we'd be talking about it the
I
way
think the
that
problem
we.
with Friday the 13th is for me, it isn't the films, it's the fact that there's so many films that after that came out took from it and they became run of the mill, in the woods, doing this, doing that, the camp thing. But I feel like Friday the 13th becomes a little bit kind of like, oh, yeah, you know what, let's encourage these. But it becomes a part of a standard instead of what I feel Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween do, because I do think Nightmare on Elm Street. It's like The Exorcist, right? When you think about The Exorcist, there was all these sequels, but were all not good,
Well, part three is good.
and everybody always thinks about the original Exorcist. When you talk to people, unless they really, really know the movies, they never talk about the other ones, and because it was so horrifying. And I feel like a Nightmare on Elm Street would have been that way. I really do. I think when you ping in the second one, where it gets a bit silly, even though it's a great film, I really enjoyed the second one a lot. But, it's got a massive reputation. It's got all these things that were going on it. The fact that the lead actor, was a big part of it and still is because of the documentary. I think if they'd have kept it, even if they just kept it to the three, just to have it only count kind of finish it off, you know, I think that would have been better as a trilogy if they wanted to go that way. Then it did going on and on and on and on and on. But I do agree with you that we don't really fully know because it always has to be about the hit. It has to be like this. The Prowler, as you said, everybody loved the Prowler back in the day. And unless you bring it up, barely anyone brings it up, you know?
That's the thing. Like, I love, I love Black Christmas. I love I love Death Dream. There's a movie. There's a whole bunch of films like that. Like, for instance, you mentioned like Friday 13th. Like, how it became like the kind of like the kind of copy paste that a lot of people would use. But here's the thing: Fatal Games, one of the movies that you're excited to get from Vinegar Syndrome,
Yeah.
literally, I don't think would have existed without a Friday the 13th. Like setting that, that basically because movies like Fatal Games, Graduation, and stuff like that came about because of the popularity of that film and popularity of the films that would go from there. Happy Birthday to Me. I love Happy Birthday to Me. I think Happy Birthday to Me should be talked about along a lot of the other ones, but people don't. And it's such a shame for Omen of The Exorcist. Actually, me too. Thank you. I'm somebody that agrees with me. Omen over The Exorcist any day of the week.
Do you know
Plus,
what? I'm going to be honest, I've never ever been able to get into the Omens fully. I think it's because I haven't seen them in years. Last time I watched them properly, I was fairly young. And I think because I was younger, I was like, why is this baby doing this? Why is this adult doing this? Why is this happening? You know? I think if I watched them now, I think I'd have more of an understanding as an adult.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like when I saw Omen 2, I was the same age as the actor that was playing Damien in Omen 2. And there's that whole aspect of like, will he, won't he? Does he know? Is he going to like go fall into that? And it's kind of a parallel to like what's going on with puberty at the time.
Hmm.
And like this, all of a sudden, you don't know yourself anymore.
Yeah.
And Damien like doesn't like he thinks he knows who he is, but he doesn't. Like he's the son of Satan type thing. He just there's this revelation basically throughout the
Sure.
film. And for me as a kid, like I'm going through puberty. Like I'm awkward. I'm suddenly the
Still
tallest person
are.
in my class, and I'm gangly, and I'm my arms are super long. And I don't, and it's just weird. So I totally
Yeah.
like related. I'm like, I get that, man. It's a it's a weird moment in a horror film, and you have the moments with films where you're like, where you hit with something will hit with you, and you'll be like, oh man, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
So I didn't think I was Satan, but I got I got how he felt in the way that
The inner struggle.
yeah, the inner struggle, and I thought it was such a brilliant way to do it.
I
Um,
think I think the inner struggle is something that if you look deep enough into a film like that, you can fully understand and feel. Because I think what people forget when it comes to movies, in a lot of cases, is they're about connecting with certain characters and feeling things from yourself within them as well. And that's what that was about at that time.
It's yeah, it is, and for a lot of people, when you think the Omen movies, obviously they're going to think of the over the top deaths and stuff like that, which are absolutely amazing, by the way. That's another reason to go back and watch them. There's so many great like scenes, like that beheading scene in the first movie, the
Yeah.
elevator scene in the second
The
film.
hanging scene.
Oh yeah, the hang scene. It's all for you. Like just the insane Sam Neill portrayal of
Yeah.
Damien in the final conflict, which I
Such a brilliant
really didn't
role.
pick up on in the first time I saw it. I was like, this isn't as good as the other two films. I don't really get this film. And I since then I've really got kind of the genius of the final conflict. And
Yeah.
I'd read the books as well. Um, so I was going in with like, with a lot of like, come on, be like the books. Um, but the biggest shock for me was watching Psycho 2 after reading the books. Just telling that right now. Um, but it is just for me, just one of those that just sticks with me anyway. We're getting into some deep stuff here, man. We're getting deep. This is our deep show.
This is the deep show. This is what happens whenever we get on live. We end up talking about some really deep stuff.
Did you ever have a film like that, a horror film that just really hit you?
I did. One of the films that really hit me emotionally was Fatal Games. No, seriously, do you know that's the film? The reason I'm so connected to that film is because it's the only film. That's going to sound like BS, right? But when I was a kid, I grew up on horror movies and martial arts Asian cinema, right? So Fatal Games was on, right? I watched it and I was scared. I was so scared. My mum used to sleep in the living room and snore her head off, right? Because my dad wouldn't let her in the bedroom because she snored and all this, you know. It was a bit of a like that. And so I was terrified. Now, I hated listening to my mum snoring. It was so loud. I'm talking about so loud you could hear it anywhere, you know, in the house, in the flat.
She snores like me. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, yeah, just like you then, right? So I'm so petrified of getting killed with a javelin, but I'm sitting there on the chair next to her, right, while she's snoring right in my ear, watching WrestleMania 3 and 4 all night, crying, thinking, oh, it's going to get me. It's going to get me. And that's the reason why that movie is so impactful to me now, because when I look at that movie, I think, what the hell was I scared of? But in that moment, it affected me and horrified me so much that I couldn't even look at the tape. My mum would threaten me with the tape if I wouldn't be good and do what she wanted me to do.
Serious?
And I'd hide. I'd literally hide from the tape. I would literally hide from the tape and cry with her just holding it next to me. And that's the only movie that's ever fully scared me to bits. And it's the most silliest reason why. Because I thought I was going to get killed with a javelin from the hallway. Right? And nowadays I laugh back, but that had such an impact on me. But that's why I know that film so well and why I can quote it, because I just watched it again and again and again as a later teenager, to the point where I was like, this is goofy. I do like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4. Aaron knows why, because he looks just like my mum in it. When he's wearing that dress thing and he's got the hair, it looks just like my mum, Keggy. So I have tender moments for that.
So many, like, and that's the thing. I think there's a movie. There's always going to be movies like that. For me, like I've mentioned him a dozen times. Terror Train. Didn't even see most of it. I saw the beginning of the movie when I was a kid. Had to go to bed. The TV was right next to the bed. My stepdad at the time turned on blast to watch the movie. I'm sitting. I'm lying in bed, and I'm like hearing all this, like the train and the screams and the music. And I'm getting this movie in my head, way scarier. So much so that every time till when I was an adult, when I would walk by in a video store, and Terror Train was there with that creepy ass mask, right, on the cover. Then I tried to turn it around. There's an even creepier mask on the back of it. So I would take another VHS and put it in front of it. So I wouldn't get too creeped out.
I'll say this, right? Another film that really affected me beyond belief, right, was what was it? I was thinking a minute ago. Prom Night. I remember. So I remember Mum wouldn't let me watch it originally because, you know, the beginning where the kids kill the kids, and I was bullied as a little boy. So she was like, "Oh no, what if he thinks he'll fall out of a window?" Right. So so eventually she let me watch it, and there I am, and she's like, "Okay, here you are, blah blah blah." Next thing I know, she's behind me with a mask on, you know, like, and I'm screaming, literally running out the room and all this because of her, not the film.
Kind of like
but I remember watching the Prom Night, and I remember later thinking to myself, "This is great," and it's one of my favorite films, as everybody knows now. but I just love the phone call. When I was a teenager, I used to call people up and go like, and be like going, and they'd go, "Who's that?" And I'd be like, you know, it was funny. It was just funny.
I think the real reason Mother didn't want you to watch Prom Night, though, Malcolm, was because she was worried you're going to get into disco too much. Like
Yeah, maybe.
that was it,
I
right?
will say though, I do love that scene. That's one of my favourite scenes in movie history.
The disco scene.
Yeah,
It is such a
I
good.
can sing that. I can sing that whole song off by heart.
Oh man, I love prom. I love the Prom Night films. Actually, I'm a fan of the entire franchise. I think
Well,
three's the worst.
VI Vision releasing the DVDs of all four. Why can't they release the Blu-ray of all four?
Yeah, because eventually someone's going to say, you know what, we need to go 4K for this. I know I'm okay because Prom Night, yes, that's a stone cold classic. There's a 4K, right?
Yeah.
Prophecy, get out of here. Oh, I got a drink. Hold on, I gotta try this.
All right.
So, like about this,
It is. Prom Night 8 years better than Hello Mary Lou.
it's
Oh, what
Coca-Cola
is that?
Y3000. It's a limited edition Coke. I'm not quite sure. We're gonna do. I'm going kicking it old school, Malcolm. I'm gonna try tasting camera. Something I haven't done since the early days of my channel. Before I taste it, what do you think this is going to taste like?
I think it's going to taste like. So, okay, so there we go. You've never been to Australia, right?
Not yet.
All right, Bear Grylls, right? Goes to Australia. He needs to keep dehydrated, so he gets a snake. He does his thing in it, and then he drinks from it. I think that's what it's going to taste like.
Let's. I'm going for a second taste. First taste, first smell. A little weird. Raspberry, I don't think. Cherry. Oh no, cherry's better than that.
What's it taste like?
I don't know.
How about looking at the ingredients? That'll tell you.
No, it won't. You know it's not going to say. Carbonated water. It tastes like that, all right.
There you go. There you
Sugar,
go.
fructose, caramel color, natural flavor. Natural. What the hell's the natural flavor for a Y3000 drink? I want to. Let's. I got to look this up because this is like. What is this supposed to taste like? Space age fruits and cosmic citruses. Express disappointment. It's trying to be Coke, but it's not Coke. Yeah, that is it. The flavor of the future. And I will tell you this: if there was ever like anything to tell you the future is going to suck ass,
You're the one who got it. How can you not know what it tastes like? I mean,
it kind of got like a bit of a raspberry, maybe a bit of caramel. It's weird. It's a carbonated drink. It's not flat, but the taste is almost flat. You know what I mean?
yeah, I know what that's like. Yeah, vanilla Coke's like that.
There may be a hint of that here as well. I definitely don't like this, but I can't stop drinking it. Ever had one of those experiences? Is there like a dating service?
If you mean Naked with, I think it's David Philellis. I own the BF5, but I haven't seen it.
Is that the dude that people used to keep like saying, "Oh, you look like that dude there"? I'm like, she's driving the freaking wall.
I think Keggy's going to ask my size in a minute.
I'm scrolling back here because I missed some stuff here. Promenade 80 is better than Hello Mary Lou. They're both great. I do think the first one's the best.
As Darth Sidious knows, I'm not going to say what it is, but I'll just say 12.
He's got extra fingers.
Yep.
I'll ask to see this. You know what this tastes like?
What's it taste like? You've had to think
Regret.
about it for a while.
Regret.
Does it taste like rust?
It tastes like ever go on like a blind date and you get there and you know it's not going well,
Yeah.
but you know that you're not the type of guy that's going to bail. So
Yeah.
this is going to be a bit of a painful experience, probably on
Yeah.
both sides, but neither one of you are going to give. You're just going to, you're going to go through it, a bit like that.
Wow. So that's how bad it is.
Yeah.
So
But you know
guys,
what?
don't get
I'm
it.
starting to
Whatever you do not get this drink.
Wow.
I was expecting you to be like a wine taster, you know, like putting your mouth on. Okay, so I can taste this, I can taste that.
Yeah, okay.
Instead, it was instead it was
From,
this. That's it. Smell it. There you go. That's it. So now you can taste all the different flavors in it.
Still tastes pretty crappy.
What's funny is whenever I drink vanilla Coke, because I remember when it first came out, I get wind bad.
I'm a freaking vanilla freak. Do you know what I didn't like? Anybody remember Pepsi like lemon?
Oh yeah.
And you're like, wow, so that's what it would taste like if, you know, if I had a glass and I didn't clean out, like after I washed it, there's still some suds left in it. And I put some Pepsi in there.
Have you ever had clear Pepsi?
Actually, I love clear Pepsi. I'm a
I've never
freaking
had it.
fanatic for it. They had it back in Canada a few times, and every time they did, I was living in St. John's at the time. I was literally going to, it would be at Shoppers, show up at my Shoppers Drug Mart. I would like go there. I would pick up everyone. I'm not a word of a lie. But Roger knows this. Him knows this. I would take every single bottle, bring it home.
Whoa. You're a holic of that.
It's my jam. It's my jam. I guess
it's your jam.
It's my jam.
It's not your bread and butter. It's your jam. You have to be in that high concentration when to dive in mood. It's well worth it. I agree.
I think we were talking about something a while back that I forgot. Oh, Eureka. Yeah. There.
You know a stream has run its course when Malcolm starts discussing his wind patterns.
I don't know, Dartes. I think at that point, you're like, you know what? Maybe this stream just got interesting.
Yes.
Anybody can come on here and talk, you know, oh, look, this movie's coming out, and this movie's coming out, and this movie's coming out. It takes a special je ne sais quoi.
Yes, it does. To talk about what I talk about, I tell you. Hey, I've been good tonight. I ain't cracked a lot of dirty jokes.
That's pretty good. Like, yeah, I told the worst joke on here, and I can't even remember, but it was so bad, it literally Malcolm couldn't speak. It was that bad. It was such a horrible day. It was a DOA joke, I think. It was so bad that Malcolm felt instant embarrassment for me.
I did.
To the point where he couldn't talk.
Which means you nailed it. Keggy, Bruce Lee was the best Bruce Lee imitator. Probably the only one that had full respect for him. Yeah, Bruce Lee.
Yeah, I agree.
He's the best one. I love him in the movies. So yeah, definitely brilliant. Have you ever had chocolate cake? It's chocolate Coke. It's Coke with chocolate Hershey chocolate syrup. Ugh.
I do not want to taste that. It's cake with chocolate Coke. I'm not a big chocolate person, Alan. Now, where I live, like in Morocco most of the time. I'm in Canada right now. I'm actually in St. John's, Newfoundland. But you know what's here tonight?
Oh.
the editor of Rue Morgue magazine. I kid you not. There's a horror
He's
movie.
upstairs.
No, we're not here, but like there's a horror movie festival going in St. John's called what's it like called Fog? Fog. It's some kind of fog theater. Like,
Oh, okay.
I would love
And
to
he's
attend.
there.
It's like some like newer indie or horror type stuff coming out.
You should have gone there and said to him, "What do you think of Benet on video?" We could have started a war.
Andrew Sabatsi, I think her name is.
You could have started a war between two magazines. Delirium and Rue Morgue. Who wins?
A dad joke.
You decide.
I am the master of the dad jokes. If there ever can be a master of like.
All right, tell us one now then, just for VH. Come on.
But I just did.
You got to tell us one.
I can't be more painful than that. See, dad jokes aren't like something. The dad jokes aren't like regular jokes. They're not jokes that like you remember, right? Like like a knock joke or like a routine, or you listen to like stand up comedy, you kind of remember that type of thing. Dad jokes are horrible jokes that come out of the moment and are always embarrassingly bad. Like
I got a joke for you. I got a dad joke for you guys. Hey, Jana jumps out of the closet. He says, "Supplies." Okay, supplies.
I don't think that's a dad joke, but there's a whole there's an actual joke to that I'm not going to tell on here. Okay, so the latest ones we got here, we got some titles: Slaughter in San Francisco,
which I was the first person on Facebook to guess it, and I was the only. It went up 1 minute, and I guessed it immediately from the picture.
Was it the stash that gave it away?
No, because it was just a picture of San Francisco. You know the road bit going down.
I would love to go to San Francisco, actually.
Story in San Francisco is one of the worst Chuck Norris movies of all time.
It is, actually. We got Paths of Glory, which is a good movie. It's a Stanley Kubrick film. We got Yakuza Wolf.
1 and 2.
1 and 2. Oh, yeah, 1 and 2. And we got what looks to be, what the hell is the other one?
Oh, the other ones are the Andre Zakowski. I think there's Zakowski. Separate Blu-rays.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. So definitely some decent stuff announced here.
It's good to see more Sonny Chiba.
Are you going to... I have to ask you this. So, Slaughter in San Francisco, we both know this is not a good movie. We've both seen it.
Yep.
You buy it?
Yes. What do you have? It's got to go in my martial arts collection.
We've spent over an hour talking about the problem. And we're it. We are it, my friend.
I bought it like 2 days ago. I bought it. These come out in February. I'm already pre-ordering them, so I'm ahead. I recommend you to watch the movie called Danny Deckchair.
Danny Deckchair. Yes, I think so. A long time ago. I think I had it on DVD at one point.
I'll check it out.
Slaughter in San Francisco. It might be better now.
No, it's on Blu-ray. It might actually look better because it was really rough. It's got 2 titles: Slaughter in San Francisco and something of Tiger something.
It's either going to be better, or you're going to be able to see with even crystal clarity how lame it is.
It is lame. It's an awful movie, but it's a kung fu martial arts movie, so I've got to have it.
What's your least favorite like Chuck Norris? Is this it, or like is there one below it?
Oh, my least favorite. Okay, so it's not Breaker because Breaker is not too bad. That was his first real film, like main film. I would probably say it's what's that one called where he goes after the killer?
Which one? So you're not talking about Silent Rage, are you?
I'm not talking about Soul Rage. That's coming out as well, isn't it? So no. I'm talking about that other one, the one Kino released,
The Hero and the Terror.
The Hero and the Terror. I've always hated that one.
It's not a good movie.
The one I do want on Blu-ray is the Hellbound one. I love that movie. It's so stupid. I love it.
It is stupid, actually. Yeah, I like
Invasion
Invasion
USA is all
USA.
right.
I mean, like,
Invasion USA is all right, but it's not one of his best.
it's insane that Invasion USA got a sequel and wasn't with sequel or prequel, whatever that was, but it was with Michael Dudikoff and not like Chuck Norris. And you're like, wow, the acting got way better with Michael Dudikoff.
Oh, brilliant! This is brilliant news.
What's that?
I just got a wonderful email. I knew if I waited, I'd be rewarded. I knew it. So Oldie's just emailed me. There was all these Warner archives I wanted, right? And I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and I just got an email from him going Warner Archive collection sale.
I want to check it out.
Sure. So I'm excited. So I guess later I'll be
after spending hours talking about.
We were talking about your problems, not my problems.
I think we were talking about our problems, my friend.
I like that. Our problems. It's, I
guess let's say. Oldies.com, right?
What mission action movie you like? I like number 1, but number 3 is hilarious. Where because he's in Vietnam, isn't he? In number 3.
Yeah. Well, number 2 is Vietnam. It's a sequel. It's like the prequel.
Yeah, but then I'm talking about the older one where he's older, where he's got a son. Yeah, Vietnam, right? Because I just have the way the kid goes, "What you doing, Braddock?" And it starts and constantly says Braddock, and all this. I just love it because I'm like that. He really doesn't have a chance, does he? This kid.
I actually like the one that most people hate the most. I absolutely adore Part 2.
Part 2 is not bad.
Back in the day, Part 2 was done actually before Part 1.
Yeah.
But they didn't think Part 2 was strong enough, so they put the other one first.
That doesn't surprise me because Aaron Norris directed him as well, didn't they?
Oh, did he do? Actually, I forgot that.
Yeah, he did. That's in case people don't know, it's Chuck Norris's brother.
So Warner Archive Collection is what I came. I wanted to see. There's got to be like a sale from there, right?
Okay, if you go back and then you click on that Warner Archive that popped up, that might actually work. Because I've noticed oldies can be very difficult.
Which one?
When you were there a minute ago, and it said Warner Archive series.
This one here.
Yeah, it might actually work if you click on it. There you go.
Okay, there we go. We're not going to restore these results, but here we're going to get some nice ideas here. You want to check out the Blu-rays and DVDs, or just the DVDs or Blu-rays, or?
Let's check it. We can check all of them if you want.
Well, let's see if there's any here that you don't have that you need. I will help you with your shopping purchases here.
All right, let's do it.
I'm going to guess you got the Falcon Mystery movie set because everybody should have this.
It's funny you say that because I don't. I have the ones they released here individually, but they only released like 5 of them.
Let's find out what's on.
I'm thinking about getting, because there's volume 1 and volume 2 on there.
Yep, this is volume 1. So tell me if you have these. All right.
All right.
The Gay Falcon.
Nope.
Date with the Falcon.
Nope.
Falcon Takes Over.
Yep.
Falcon's brother.
Yep.
I think that's where they changed the lead, right? The Falcon Strikes Back.
Nope.
The Falcon in Danger.
Nope.
The Falcon and the Co-eds.
Yep. That's where it goes back to college.
Recommend that set. I'm going to recommend that set, but it depends on how many you have. People throw out your ideas, like what should Malcolm buy?
Yeah, what should I buy? And if I haven't got it, we'll say.
Oh, this is good. I know you got this, like Charlie Chan collection right here. I got this one. Such a great set.
You got to have Charlie Chan.
That's the Roland Winters ones, I think, in that one.
Tony Jaa's your favorite martial arts actor? Hmm. I loved his films, and how he did the No Wire stuff.
I
I
got to agree
loved
with the
that,
Jeff Speakman thing. Like, I was a big Jeff
I
Speakman fan.
but I don't think. Sadly, I don't think he's had the career he should have. Tony Jaa, I mean. Philo Vance. What about that?
Oh, 100%. Yes. I remember watching these today. My God, this is the Diacono case, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Bishop murder case, the Keno murder case, the Dragon murder case, the Casino murder case, the Garden murder case, Colin Field Vance. I should really like these. Like if I was, if I had the bones, if I was paid right now, I'd probably be buying that. Like this is a good one. 2 disc sets, 7 movies. Can't go wrong with that.
They must be short.
Oh yeah, like most of these are. Like you're looking like 50, 60 minutes type thing. But for me, like that's a sweet spot for like
Yeah.
a lot of these films. Like recently, there's a big controversy because the Marvels was it's less than 2 hours long. People are like, how can you have a movie less than 2 hours long?
Yeah, 1 hour and 40 minutes, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, are you freaking serious? Like, does
All right,
every
thank
movie have
God.
to be 2.5 hours nowadays? What the hell?
You're right, Mike. Those pre-code forbidden sets are great, but the problem is with that, for me at least, is some of the individual movies that I've got are in those sets, like the Barbara Stanwyck one
I would
that's
tell you
on
right
Blu-ray.
now, if you do not have Forbidden Hollywood Volume 2, this is the one. Because if
What's in
I'm
it?
correct, this has some really good stuff on it. And though it doesn't say it here, pretty sure. Like there's a
Oh,
pre-code
nice.
documentary. Like The Divorcee, Free Soul, Three in a Match. My absolute favorite pre-code film, by the way, is Three in a Match.
Yeah. Shot Round the Corner is
Female.
amazing entertainment hell.
Night Nurse,
Right.
just such good films. Such good films. Now, I bought these when they weren't made on demand. They were like, their sets that were coming
Yeah.
out. But this is one of the ones I'll always say, get this set. If you don't own Three in a Match, your movie collection is missing something.
Yeah.
It's that good. I used to like the FBI too. I was a big fan of that show. Oh, Legend of Superheroes. Did you see this? Did you ever see
Classic.
this one?
Yeah, classic. Classic. Absolute classic.
Oh, it's November. Let's see what we got on this one
Ooh.
here, man.
What's in there?
Are you tempted? Are you getting tempted yet?
I'm tempted.
Ooh, sexy. Cornered. Desperate. The Phoenix City Story. Deadline at Dawn. I remember liking that one. Armed car robbery. Crime in the Streets. Dawn 1119. And Backfire.
Actually, I don't think they're in any of the sets I've got.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, we got Crime in the Streets. It's Cassavetes, right? Yeah, it's Cassavetes. Okay.
Yeah.
And Seminio, too. Dick
Nice.
Powell in Hunted. Are we tempting you
good.
yet? Are you getting tempted? Or are you putting anything in your card
I'm
yet?
very tempted. I'm very tempted.
Of
I'm
course, Mad
definitely
Love. I know
picking
you got
some
that
of
one.
these up. Yeah, I love Mad Love. To me, that's one that I actually recommended that to Dove Sidious, and he liked it.
That's a great film.
I made a mistake though, because I watched that and then I watched The Hands of Dr. Orlak, The Hands of Orlak, and I felt like I was watching the exact same movie again, but
Yeah.
silent. So that was kind of annoying.
You can't like still feature those two.
No, I
Dark
didn't realize
Passage
that was
are
the
really-
problem.
Here's a really good Bogey Powell film.
Hold on a minute. I just got to ask you. So you love The Dark Passage?
I'm into the Dark Passage.
Dark Package to me is amazing. I really do like that film. But the controversy behind it was hilarious because back in the day they were so angry because I went, how can you have a film starring Humphrey Bogart and you don't see his face for a big chunk of the movie?
Well, that's the genius of it, though. That's like that. That's one of the best parts of it. Is like that's the whole concept behind it. Agnes
I
Moorehead's in
agree.
it too. She's so good.
Oh, I agree. But at the time, the executives and producers were really annoyed by it.
The Liquidators here with Rod Taylor.
Do you think any of these DVDs are do you think any of these DVDs are going to come out on Blu-ray? Because it seems like so many of them aren't.
Well, some of them probably are, and some of them aren't. Like you have to ask yourself too sometimes, Like, am I good with the DVD? Like, will I really need to rebuy it? Like, for me, for instance, I love the pre-code sets, right? And I started
Yeah,
buying the pre-code sets on DVD, and some of them came at like cents, one movie at a time on Blu-ray. And I'm
yeah,
so grateful that I have the DVDs as
yeah.
opposed to having to rebuy one movie at a time.
Oh, yeah,
Like, if I would maybe buy three in a match,
yeah,
maybe on Blu-ray on time if it was on cheap, if it was cheap, just to have that extra copy because that is one of my favorite films. But
yeah.
I wouldn't like upgrade. And some people say, well, aren't they kind of like sketchy with some of the like the quality? Like I heard that, like, and I remember I haven't had any issues with my copies. And
Oh,
these
don't
are
be
like,
wrong. I'm just saying, but the one thing that's been holding me off is in case that happens. But
no,
I
no, I
remember when I
understand.
lived in America. That didn't happen. So I mean, I'd like to get a few of these off oldies because I'm a big fan of the was and the other older film star, actors and stuff like Cary Grant and all the classic people. And I would like to add these to my collection. Even if they do get released on Blu-ray in the future, I might just replace them if the Blu-ray is, on sale. Like,
I,
like if I saw it in CEX, for instance, for £3. But DVD's fine as long as it works.
yeah, like I'd be
And
massively
these are
surprised, for
DVRs.
instance, if Charlie Chan got a Blu-ray. Like, we know why.
It will
Uh,
eventually. It'll get a big one, like from Indicator or something.
I think that was a rarity that we got like that. What we got, I don't think it's going to happen again.
We'll see.
This
Because you
one
never
here,
know.
this is
Yeah.
one I may not have actually. The red dragon, the feathered serpent, the sky dragon. I have to check because this is Sidney Tolley and Roland Winters.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if I got this one or not. I have to check. And the Falcon Mysteries Volume 2, 6 more films.
That's
The
not bad,
Falcon at
actually. When you
Last.
think, you could get the 13 films for like $40, that's not bad. Like $48.
Oh, hell no. Um, and we got like, Falcon of Mexico. He's in Hollywood. He's in San Francisco. He's got an alibi. He has an adventure. Does lots of things.
It does. Oh, say, telephone
I love that cover.
on Blu-ray. The verdict. I'll probably get all the Humphrey Bogarts that they've got on DVD that I need, like Criminal Underworld and stuff.
See, there's stuff like this that I pick up because I don't think this is something that's going to be like people are going
Yeah,
to
that
be
won't come
running.
out.
But like say
If
like
it
the
does,
John
it probably
Newman.
won't be. If it does, it probably won't be that much of an upgrade.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like having one for crime, Mrs. O'Malley and Mr. Malone. These are the type
That
that
it's
I
not on
look for.
sale.
Yeah, bloody. Well, it is 17%. Huh?
Oh, okay. Well, it didn't look like that on the thing because it didn't say it on the thing. Like the William Woosley thing, 34.99 is what it was originally when
Yeah.
I bought it. So
Surviving the Game. Actually, it's not a bad one. I should like that movie.
that's a great film. That's coming out on Blu-ray from Shout Factory.
Song of the Thin Man.
I
Just
love
great.
those movies.
Any of these Hanna-Barbera sets, my household. We gotta have these.
Oh, I like. Yes.
Skirts Ahoy.
What's that?
There's one for you. Skirts Ahoy. It's 25% off,
Ooh, I might pick it up.
and it looks like her skirt
Looking.
is 25% off as well.
Hey, that's what I want to say. I like
Is
roughshod.
that is a dad joke in its natural environment. Robertson.
Roughshod. I like that.
Yeah, Gloria Graham. Murder My Sweets as a classic. 10,000 Bedrooms. Well, that's got to be an exciting film.
Ooh, I wonder how many times she jumps in and out of bed in that movie.
Imagine like actually there's no bedrooms. Like the Christie Collection. Peter Ustinov
Oh,
in his
nice.
classic role as Hercule Poirot.
He was good in the role.
He was very good. He looked nothing like the character in the movie and the TV and the books, but it didn't matter to me.
It was good.
So we get what we get. Dead Man's Folly, Murder in Three Acts, and 13 at Dinner. Oh, so it's the TV films.
Oh, nice.
So that's
Nice.
cool, actually. With his little grey cells.
Oh,
That's not
Nasty
very good.
Habits. I'll be getting that one.
But you might have to put it back and get this Life of Adventures of Santa Claus and Nestor the Long-Eared Donkey instead.
I think that might be what I do.
I the Devil. Hmm?
That's on Blu-ray over here.
Is it really?
Yeah, from Warner Archive.
The Valley of Guanji.
Ooh, that's a classic.
Tis a classic. The Thing. From Another World.
I got that.
Perfect Strangers. You need all that, man. Don't be ridiculous.
I do. I need to get all of them. Classic.
Island of Love. I could
Road
kind of see
Gang
somebody like
and-
remaking this as a meme.
Oh, yeah.
How many seasons of Perfect Strangers were there? 8? Are you serious?
Yeah, there's 8. Yeah.
Seasons.
Yeah, 8 seasons.
Kind of blows me away, man. Not gonna lie. Wait a minute. Do I have Perfect
Angel
Strangers
Face.
to blame for like what's the name of that show too? The one with Urkel in it?
Oh, I forgot. What was it?
By the way, they are making, they actually made an Urkel cartoon movie because that's what people were clamoring for.
Well, that works.
Dean Martin's first movie after splitting from Jerry, 10,000 better, 100,000, 10,000
That's
better.
interesting.
I did
I
not
didn't
know.
know
That's
that.
actually kind of cool, man. Abigail telling me Captain Collection.
I might get Background to Danger, and our vines have tender grapes. I might get those.
George Raft and Sydney Greenstreet. That's a good combination, man.
Yeah, might pick those up. All Conflicts on sale, so definitely pick that up. I've got that Perry Mason set.
I need to get that. I still don't have that set. I'll just have to steal yours. That's what.
You can hope. Oh, Red Skeleton, The Great Diamond Robbery.
This is actually one of my favorite shows when I was younger. Spencer for Hire.
Yeah.
Absolutely adore this show.
My friend who passed away, he named his son after the show because he loves Spencer for Hire.
Spencer's so cool. I was a massive fan of the books. I read the books religiously when college. When I read them, I read them and then I read them over again. So each one of the Spencer books I read at least 5 times.
I will say this, though. I think the sets would be expensive.
See, back in the day, we wouldn't have thought it was expensive for a full season. Because when you really think of it, right, you're like, man, I actually, for 1 year, Malcolm, I stopped collecting movies and I started collecting TV shows. Just because I was like, wait a minute. Like, I'm paying...
Get more for the money.
Yeah, that's what that was like. It was a cost ratio analysis. And I'll get to a point where I'll be like that. And for a year, that's why I've got so many TV shows in my collection right now.
But the reason we now think they're overpriced is because of Blu-rays and 4Ks probably.
Yeah.
You know, because I used to buy tons of TV.
$39 for a season of Spencer for Hire. That's like half the price of like less than half the price of a Vinegar 7 4K release or 7 4K release.
Yeah, true.
With like, theirs is like, what's it, 2 hours. And this is like 30 something.
That's true.
That's a nice. Oh, there's you go. Wrong Man, Suspicion, Dial In for Murder, I Confess. That's a nice one.
Oh, Scene of the Crime. That was nice.
The Torchy Blaine collection. I would love to have this one too, actually.
Ooh.
9 movie, 5 disc set. That's not bad for $34, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
These
are a bit expensive still, though. You're only saving $8, so it feels a bit expensive still.
You got to look. I mean, like, you got to look and see, like, what's the shipping going to be? Like, is there enough movies to make it worthwhile?
Well, shipping for one item here is $10, and then after that, it's $1 per one. It's not too bad.
Mark of the Vampire. There you go.
I own that. Honky Tonk.
The
Go get
Law and
that
the
in the
Lady.
car.
The Law and the
The law
Lady.
and the lady. The law and the lady.
Day of the Evil Gun. It's not just any gun, Malcolm. This gun is
It's
evil.
evil. It takes you over.
It's evil.
Evil. The
Cleopatra
sisters.
Jones and Casino of Gold. Not gonna lie, one of the first movies we put in our cart when we at a previous Warren Archives sale. We own this movie.
Nice.
SOB, a movie that was famous in today, guys. I kid you not, because Julie Andrews does a nude scene. And it was a massive deal.
Ooh, I'm gonna put
Julie
that in the
Andrews from
car.
Sound of Music was doing her first nude. I think this was her first nude scene. Actually.
Oh, did she look good?
So, you know Julie Andrews gonna look good.
Yep. Satan met a lady.
Alias the Doctor. Oh God. See, instead of Tale of Two Cities, and I did not see the word cities there. What
You
is
thought it
wrong?
was a Tower 2, what do you call it?
Yes, I did. I literally did. Exactly what you're thinking is exactly what I thought.
That's exactly what pops in my head. Oh, I might get that long but cool one. Bright Leaf.
Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, the George
Oh, the
Sanders
George
Saint collection.
Sanders movies.
Oh,
Yes.
nice. I'm guessing you got those already. That's a nice set.
No, I don't have it.
$21 too. That's a good price.
Say $3 off though, but I might pick it up.
Saint Strikes Back, Saint in London, Saints Double Trouble. Yeah, because his brother, right, takes over, right? Who's his brother again? Tom Conway, right?
Beastmaster. And tell me, I'd always have Beastmaster in there as well. Because I know when I went with Donna, they always had copies of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, South Park, Beastmaster, and some other generic TV series that I would have thought everybody would have had by now.
You know that Saint, like George Sanders set reminds me of, Malcolm?
Yeah.
That Amazing Saints that I've got back in my
Oh, yeah.
What do we got here? Shazam. Oh, from Hell.
Oh, Betrayed. That looks good.
Betrayed is cool. But Shazam, like, hey, let's make a cartoon where the guy is so overpowered, there's absolutely no
Nothing
conflict.
can beat him.
Yeah, like the Bermuda Depths.
Johnny Eager. The Seventh Cross. Ava Gardner, Stuart Granger in.
I love Planet Earth.
So many going on.
I loved it so much I stayed here.
Yeah, that's what got you. Oh, Alan Ladd.
Iron Mistress.
Oh, there's Tarzan. Tarzan's Fight for Life.
That is a. Oh, is this who I think it is? Let me just go. Let's sit on this one. My dad's a massive Tarzan fanatic, and he's probably not here. He's got all these. Yes, it's Gordon Scott. Oh, yes.
Oh,
that is that. You know what that means? Good friggin' Tarzan.
Means it's good.
Gordon Scott's amazing. There used to be sets of these. Now they're all sold out. So I always recommend, guys, you see these. If you're a Tarzan fan, Gordon Scott, great Tarzan, right up to Johnny Weissmuller. I'm going to put it out there.
You can still. What is the Gay Blade movie about?
Which one?
What? Gay Blade movie.
Did I miss something there? You mean like Zorro's and the Gay Blade with like George Hamilton? If you mean Zorro, the Gay Blade, Zorro gets hurt, and his brother, his more extravagant brother, takes over as Zorro, but he has his own. But he can't like use a sword, so he uses a whip instead, and he decides to like update the costume and make it into like a gold and white lame type costume. It's a movie of its time.
Oh yeah, Zorro, that's the one.
Dark Water. Oh man, why didn't this show get finished? Such a good cartoon. Such good cartoon.
I have this. That long chain collection's gone down.
That's a good set, actually. I got the set.
Yeah, I might get that one.
You don't have this one?
No, I don't have either of them.
Oh, I think this is the one with London After Midnight, because use the telesnaps basically to put it together, photo reconstruction. Yeah.
I want more Lon Chaney stuff.
We sat down and we watched the Fall Guy. Wait, this doesn't look like Ron Gosling. Genesis
I'm
2.
guessing you
I
like.
love these
I'm
TV
guessing you
movies.
like Genesis too, because they're both on the Blu-ray, aren't they? Genesis 2 and Planet Earth.
Yeah, I actually do. I love these TV movies things. Tarzan the Magnificent. That's another cool one. Oh, I love this cover. Stars in My Crown. It's Joel McCrae watching. Look at this. Look at that cover.
I like that cover. Woman in White.
And I love this here. Take your choice. Either I speak or my pistols do. Just that's a cool. Oh, I like the way that's
Pause the
done.
crowd. Honolulu. Showboat.
This is a really good one too.
What's in
The
it?
initial.
Let's have a look. See what's in it.
What I'm curious about is if the documentaries are carried over to these. So we got Other Men's Women, The Purchase Price, Fisco Jenny, Midnight Mary, Heroes for Sale, and Wild Boys on the Road. Now, these were all
Okay.
directed by William A. Wellman. And the release that I have has not just one, but two feature length documentaries on director William A. Wellman included on the set.
So it's in one of them.
Oh, he's the director of all of them.
No, but I mean the set. I mean the documentary thing.
Yeah, like it should definitely be on the set, like it was in the original set. Be interesting to know. I mean, because those are really great documentaries, and it's a 4-disc set, same as the other one. So I assume it's going to be the same. So
It includes nudity, sexual situations, and adultery.
well, it's pre-code, so of course it is.
Nice.
Kiss Me, Kate. But jeez, what's wrong with me tonight? You see 3 bites on the apple? I didn't see the word apple.
Now
Dude.
who's got the mind?
I got the
I'm
mind.
trying to be clean-minded, and you're trying to make it bad.
What the hell's going on here? Is this like one of those like
We switch bodies.
Find the black
Oh, the
male.
Peter Sellers. The Peter Sellers Fu Manchu.
Oh, the Fiendish Pot of Fu Manchu is there. $9.82 is a good price for that.
Yes.
I know you've got these, Margaret Rutherford.
Oh yeah, I've got them.
I got this. I was actually working in North Sydney, and there was this this shop that opened up, and every once in a while, like it was like a secondhand shop, and in the mall of all places. So, Land of the Pharaohs, like literally just showed up there one day.
Wow.
Like 1 or 2, because he never had movies. Had 1 or 2 movies, Land of the Pharaohs and another Warner Archives, just randomly showed up there. So automatically I bought them, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Look at that cover, man. Look at that cover.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
There's some amazing stuff here. Dr. Kyoto movie collection, again, another one I like to have.
Wonder Woman.
Oh, they got the new Curse of Frankenstein Blu-ray there.
Yep.
I'm sure you don't have either edition of that.
I think I have all of them at the minute. The actual things, except for 10,000 BC. I think that's the one I'm missing.
This was such a different one. Wonder Woman. I think Ricardo Montalban's back in this one.
Yeah, it was a very strange one.
It's like, let's do a Wonder Woman movie, but let's make it nothing like Wonder Woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Kay Kaiser is here. I actually didn't even hit on that one.
Nice.
Swing Fever and Playmates. There you go. Nowadays, those movies would be totally different. It means something completely different. Or so Malcolm told me.
What's that? I was reading the comments. Swing Fever.
Oh, I'm
that was what happened earlier.
National Lampoon's European Vacation. Yes, but National Lampoon's European Vacation 85, also a pre-code. You just don't realize.
It's all pre-code.
All pre-code. If it's got nudity, it's gone back in time. Where the Boys Are. I remember Where the Boys Are 84 with Connie Salica.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that in theater.
Have you seen Footsteps in the Dark?
It's dark. I can't see them in the dark. Dad joke.
You're comedians, I know, I'll tell you.
I don't remember this one, actually. I really don't. Is it a good movie?
I don't know.
But hey, Disorderly.
The man from Uncle said it's a bit of BS. because when I got it, one did last disc didn't work,
Are you
and
serious?
two, yeah, I got it off Amazon a sale in Amazon US, and two, they're basically edited together episodes, aren't they?
Yeah, like for me, I picked up. Well, I got not flexing or anything, but I got the suitcase.
Me too, twice.
You bought it twice.
Yeah, boy, once in America, once over here.
It's worth it. That's
Left
good stuff.
my version over here to then have to get rid of the version in America to end up with that version again.
But did you pick up Advance to the Rear?
Well, I've done it. I've watched it many times, and I can tell you right now that I think I've mastered it.
You have to be
Malcolm, you got
very
good knowledge of the '60s movies. Well, thank you, Keggy.
you have to be very careful. You know, when you put on the movie, when you advance to the rear, you can't just haphazardly advance to the rear. Be very
You got to
careful.
make it comfortable. You got to make it a very comfortable experience.
You do. You have to be all prepared, get ready to watch your movie, be all
You've got to warm
relaxed.
yourself up.
Yeah, totally.
Got to warm yourself up, and then you've got to put it in gently because otherwise it can damage the disc, and nobody wants that.
All the Bowery Boys collections. My dad's a massive fan of these. Like, I didn't get it at first. I'll be honest, because it wasn't my era. But my dad
Yeah,
kind of got me into them a bit,
yeah.
because he was like really big fan. Oh, this is a nice.
So I
I
wish
just still don't have.
these. I wish. I wish that the box sets were a little bit more discounted because I don't feel like they're real discounts on them. Like I feel like they've just took a few percent off on those ones, but dropped the others. Do you know what I mean? Like I know most of the ones at $9.99 were like $12.99 before.
Like, I mean, like the 25% off ones aren't too bad, but some of these here, like this is not a bad price, $24.50 for like the
No,
Legend Force.
that's a brilliant price.
But some of them I definitely agree with, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Well,
happy paying $9.99. I'm happy paying $9.99 or $20, depending on, like the Falcon ones
yeah, like that
and
makes
that.
sense. Good.
But I wouldn't pay like $40.
Not even if it's like for Rhino.
Maybe.
Just randomly picked it
Maybe.
up.
Rhino. Way overpriced to do this. Yeah, some of them are. I mean,
Slate.
$16.99. I don't get why some of the DVDs are $16.99, and when they, in my view, they should still be $9.99 in the sale.
Because he did it.
Who do? I do it.
I'm like dad joke on point.
What about this? Third finger, left hand.
I'm not touching that one.
All I'm going to say is that's how you warm up.
For watching.
From the rear.
I literally forgot the title of the film. Cry Wolf. Errol Flynn.
Oh,
Barbara
that's great.
Stanwyck. Oh, nice.
One thing I'm really happy about is all the Humphrey Bogarts so far have been $9.99. I've wanted to buy them.
There's some great stuff here, though. There really is. Stuff that I would definitely buy.
Ooh.
Forbidden Hollywood's for like at the price that these are at, like $29. That's not bad.
I like all the marbles.
I remember that movie.
I like the cover.
That's actually not a bad buy right there. Oh God.
I love Alan Ladd, Keggy.
Peter Falk. I love Peter Falk so much.
Alan Ladd's one of the greatest actors of all time.
Did you hear like who's in the running now for Mr. Fantastic?
Yes, I did.
It's me. Because why not? Everybody else is. Why not? And
Hey,
you there
Ryan,
too.
disconnected.
Hey, welcome, Ryan.
Interesting story, Ryan. My parcel force guy looks like you. Shocking. Whenever he delivers, he looks just like you.
That's actually Ryan. He's scoping at your house for when
He
you
is.
go. So he's like, one of these days, Malcolm's going to go out, and all those movies are going to be mine.
Well, what he doesn't realise is I've got like a Home Alone style trap set up.
But what you both don't realize is I'm actually scaring out Ryan, who's scaring out you. So after he
Oh,
goes
so
in,
when he steals from me, you'll steal from him, and we all go around in a circle.
well, that way,
You
like
do
there's
have a
gonna be no traps.
doppelganger.
Benny Hill music will be playing. It'll be a riot.
Don't get me wrong, Ryan. He don't look exactly like you, but he looks a lot like you.
I think we all have a doppelganger.
Yeah.
When I was
I've
in
got
high
your
school,
doppelganger on my phone. Do you want to see him? I saw him on.
oh,
I saw him on the Facebook page.
I
I'll show
gotta
you.
see this.
He looks just like you. Hold on. Here we go. Are you ready?
Uh,
Look at this.
who the heck? He does not look like me.
He looks like you.
Glasses. It's like the glasses are the lack of hair are the only thing.
They look identical. He looks identical to you. Everybody says
I don't see it, man. And then I think he has a chin.
it.
I don't have a chin. He has way
He
more
doesn't got. He hasn't got a chin. His beard's hiding it.
more than me. Like I'm not gonna like. I will be the first person to like bring out my lack of chinness.
So you're chinless.
I'm so
Oh,
nice.
Tarzan collection. Look,
Like Sparker
29.99.
collection. Yeah, that's a nice one.
See,
That's
Keggy
a good
said
price
that's
for
you
that.
for sure. Keggy says it's you.
Of course he does.
Oh, hey, Trek. I just saw
Hey,
you
welcome, man.
there. Aaron looks better. Well, you
Thank
know,
you. Triple
maybe if the guy didn't have the glasses on, maybe a little different. The guy does look a bit like he's been stunned, but you know,
This is a nice set, man.
all
Do you
five
have
discs.
do you have this one?
I know I don't have any Tarzan.
I'll put it to you this way: these frigging things that I've noticed when they go out of
Yeah,
print, then what happens is they put them back in as single discs. So I
yes,
always recommend you see a Tarzan set, you see one of these sets like that, buy the hell out of them because what's going to happen is eventually this is going to come out. It'll come out on Blu-ray, but it won't come out as a set. It'll come out one at a time, and you pay like
yeah,
5 to 10 times the amount. Like $29 for for 5 discs and 5 films, not bad.
yeah. That's not
But
bad, is it?
buying this on its own, because in a few months you're going to end up this is going to go to print because that's what's going to happen, and then they're going to sell them one at a time to kind of make more money on it.
Things are going great, Trek. How about you? I know you're excited about Doctor Who coming.
Yeah. Who cannot be excited about Doctor Who? I love
Battle
this cover.
Circus, see
Just
that?
body. Look at this one, man.
That's great. See, Battle Circus isn't on sale. It says it is, but that was the price it was when I looked originally.
Which one?
Battle Circus. It's on the top.
This
It's on
one's
the
not
top
on
one.
sale. I used to love this show, Man from Atlantis. This is like this is my childhood right here, Man from Atlantis.
Nice.
Night School.
Night School.
One of the first Morn archives I bought, actually. Shrink so.
You said it was one of the greatest films of all time, didn't you?
And you know what? Considering I frigging watch Fatal Games, it's frigging Oscar.
Oh, we've been on for 2.5 hours, Ryan, and we did talk about Seven.
We talked about Severance stuff. What's your thoughts on it? And Ryan, by the way, you're welcome to jump in with us if you want to. We're going through this sale here right now. Obviously, Malcolm's going to tell me that he owns Night School because if he doesn't, I'm going to be.
I don't. I watched it though. I watched the HD of it, and I thought it was all right.
Is Donna's asleep right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're lucky because I'd tell her to give you a paddling for not owning Night School.
I've seen The Most Dangerous Game, Keggy. I've got the Eureka release, and it's one of my favorite. It's actually one of my favorite movies from that time. Actually, it's a really brilliant movie.
I don't know what I got.
What does
I got to
everybody
release
think?
this.
What does
Actually,
everybody think of Spoiler Anthem? Have you both seen that? Many years ago. Not that excited by it being out in 4K, to be honest, but
it's okay. I mean, like, it's something that has been released. So that's good. It's very much leaning into the aesthetic of it's trying to do the Argento Bava type of thing. Like anybody, if you ever look online and you're in a review, it's probably going to say the same thing. It looks, it's visually, it's interesting. Plot wise, it's Italian. like, plot wise, it's Italian. Like, well, let's be honest. I don't think it's a great endpoint for the for like sale announcements. I
Should have
think they
been
should
bigger.
have mixed it up a bit and took like one of the suaves for like the for the end announcement. I think
I
that would have been
personally think they should have
okay.
put stage fright.
Yeah, because like this was like for me this like capped off like this is I will not buy like the 20 I won't buy the everything bundle because there's a few that I just really don't not into.
I think if the last one had been stage fright, it would have been really good. It
Exactly.
is their most requested title. I did say that earlier, didn't I? But Spider-Man was one of their most requested titles. I personally, I think it just depends on who you are. Some people love it, some people don't. I mean, would I pick it up? Probably in a sale more than Slightly Dangerous looks good.
So their most requested title of all time. Oh my god. Have we gotten to that point? Like, have we gotten to that point?
Oh, that's right.
Like, have we reached that point that Spider Labyrinth is your most requested title?
Yes. Yes, we have. You're right. Sorry about that, Ryan. I forgot Blue Underground had it over there. I was just going because of Shameless here, because the whole Shameless titles I announced, so I was getting a bit confused. Hopefully, Blue Underground release it.
Oh, I'm
That's
sure they
what I
will.
think. That's one. I think that's such a. I think that could look so beautiful on 4K.
Do you know what Night School has that like the Fatal Games doesn't?
Let me guess. Actual teaching in school.
An ending.
That Fatal Games ending is classic, isn't it?
It's hilarious.
It's one of the greatest moments. I love how it happens and they're still holding the javelin.
Yeah, the scene with the freaking like.
Oh, Spider Labyrinth is incredible in my opinion, says Ryan. Well, I ain't seen it
Which
in
is
many
good. I mean, like,
years, so
I'm like, here's the thing, man. Yeah, that's the same thing. I'm not saying it's a bad film. I'm just saying that to end off for me, your sale announcements on it didn't exactly impress me. Well, do I want to buy it? Yes. Do I want to buy it day one? Nope. That's what it comes down to, I think. And I'll be honest,
yeah.
it's been the same thing with a lot of the Vinegar Syndrome stuff recently. Like, do I want to get it? Yes. Do I want to get it day one? No. Now that being said, like, there's been some Criterion releases that's been announced recently that I'm like, yeah, I would love to have that day one. When Severin put out like the Umberto Lenzi, like Thomas Million said, if I was in Morocco and I could have got it at the time, that would have been like a release that impresses me that I want to grab. So I think everybody's different when it comes to that aspect of it. I just think that these announcements are probably some of the lesser ones for me. Like there's some decent stuff there, but nothing that like I'm like, man, I really got to get this because the titles that were more exciting for me are titles that I'll be honest, I have at least Blu-ray editions of. Church, The Sect, Cemetery Man. I don't. That's one that I do want. I'll be very disappointed to say, for instance, Cemetery Man is like, okay, it's only for the weekend type of thing, because I really think that's played out for Severin.
Yeah.
I think that's something that has to end because we
I
know
wouldn't be
Simon.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Spider Labyrinth is that title because
Me
they
either.
know they can sell tons of it if they say
Until
that.
the next sale, when it's like when they happen to get some back, or you're at a convention and there's some there. It's stunning. That's the thing to be excited about. It's like when it comes to that type of stuff. I really only own a crappy bootleg. Gonna buy it day one.
The
See, I'm like
restoration was stunning. Just for your information.
none touch the limited to say. Well, that's good. That's the thing. It just for me, it just wasn't the announcements that excited me. And I'm as Malcolm knows, I'm easily excitable. You just got to put like keys in front of me, and like dangle them a bit, shiny.
Well, if they're all going to be available after this sale, might as well wait 6 months and get them discounted. I guess.
I see. I think for me, that it's getting to the point where I don't know. I don't even want to say it because it's gonna sound super freaking snobby, and I'm not gonna go there because it's gonna be like,
Ooh, you don't want to sound snobby.
I don't like. I think I already sound, dude. Look at me. Like when I talk, I'm pretty sure I already got that reputation. Sadly, I don't need to add to
Oh,
it. 4 Flies and Gravy Velvet, sure as heck. This one, yeah, that was a sad one.
it's still available if you contact them. I did, and I got my copy.
Yeah, you just
The
gotta like,
reason it's doing so sale is so they don't have to get a point down, so you have to pay the full price constantly.
yeah. If you email them, you can get yourself from 4 Flies Gray Velvet.
Oh, thank you,
Oh, thank
Trek.
you,
That's really
Trek. Really
nice.
appreciate that. Especially in a time when I'm trying to be positive, and I know there's more negativity coming out than I normally do, and it really bums me out because I'm like, I'm okay with being the Mister Rogers of YouTube.
We got to remember, as long as it's an honest opinion and you're not harming anyone, then it doesn't matter so much.
That's the thing. I mean, and that's what you got to do is you got to give your honest opinion on this stuff here. I've been doing this for like, well, my I've lost hair, my beard has gotten gray and silver since I started all this, and I did, and I spoke with Malcolm about this. Is like, I want to be part going forward, especially of the help to make sure like I continue to help people and that we can help people when it comes to getting films and getting releases and getting stuff that they're
Yeah,
excited about without feeding into the FOMO
yeah.
and being part of what I think can sometimes be a problem. Triple H, thank you so much. My better half hopefully still agrees. So,
I'm sure she does.
well, she told me so tonight.
So there you go.
Well, there you go. But then again, she's way cuter than I am. So I want this Spencer. I wish these were cheaper. I love Spencer for Hire. It's one of my favorite shows. The books were amazing. Spencer was something like exactly like, and Ryan, you do a great job of it, man. I remember when you started. Ryan actually has he's got a Cult Cinema T-shirt. I got a picture of Ryan in a Cult Cinema T-shirt,
Ooh,
which I'm
nice.
super proud of because early on, quick little side here, guys. When Ryan started, I was watching like Vinegar Cinema, like sales things were coming up, and so I think it was one of your first videos, or at least one of your early videos. It was like a guide to Vinegar Cinema sale, and it was so frigging well constructed. Like it was so just well constructed that it was like, okay, this is going to be one of the dudes. This is going to be one of the guys. I can tell. I'm at that point when I can tell when somebody's okay. Yeah, this person is going to be a person that we hear about.
Yeah.
Because I see people come and go, and it's gets to the part. I'm the grandfather of like the soul community, and I'm okay with that. But like it was like one of those moments where, because you hit on those moments where you get a channel and you get somebody and they have a voice and
Yeah.
it doesn't just connect with you, but this is a person that's going to connect.
You just feel that magic.
Yeah. And dude, you're one of those people that connected, and I do not have any problem saying, hi, like there I was right. See, look how it's gone. When I retire, man, it's in good hands. Corvette Summer.
Well, hopefully that's not for a long time.
Oh, hopefully not. Corvette. See, this one here always reminds me of Mystery Science Theater, because there's that joke. Because they're what is it they're watching? They're watching a movie anyway. And he's like, Luke, he said, join me or you will star in Corvette Summer.
Keggy, why don't I do reviews anymore? Want the honest answer? Or do you want me sugarcoat it? The reason I don't do reviews so much anymore is because nobody was watching them. And, the only person who was watching them really was Darth Sidious. And I just didn't really feel like I had, I guess, the support, when I was doing them. Like it just felt a bit cold in a sense. Like I talked to Darth Sidious in Texas anyway, so it just felt like, oh, I know Darth Sidious is a big fan of him and that, but I could just talk to him about him. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of lost that passion to do the reviews. I know since I've been doing these videos, I should do reviews and that
Sure.
because I know people subscribe to me. But to be honest with you, that wasn't the reason I started doing these videos with Evan. I did these videos with Evan because I I had the passion for talking, and we got this chemistry where we can do the videos and stuff. And I don't know, I just stopped because I just felt a bit broken-hearted over it, I guess, a while back. So, but maybe I should do some. I don't know.
Yeah. But I think, like, I'll say this: you do fantastic, and you definitely have a voice that I think could be, like, you have unique response and ability with this. And yeah, I do think I agree with Kay. I think that you would definitely. It's just like sometimes it's the time. Sometimes it's just
Yeah,
like that aspect of. When I started doing this, there are still reviews guys that I got that have like 17 views, like
yeah,
10 views. And I was looking back at my videos last night, and there's some like if they take off after the fact. But that's the thing. Reviews are evergreen, guys. Like when you're doing this here, um, you know, if it doesn't take off right away, that's okay. That happens too. We've been here for a while. It takes a while to hit that. If you're lucky, got something that goes viral or something that hits. I
yeah,
was really, really proud. I was doing all these Charlie Chan reviews. I was a massive Charlie Chan movie fan. I was like, it was early on in my YouTube career. I had the TV and had like the Charlie Chan like in the background
yeah,
with the movie with the menu, and I tied it
yeah,
with the film, and I felt really good. I felt like those I don't know what, maybe they're junk now, but I felt that they were smart, that they really showed my voice. And
yeah,
at the beginning, people watched them, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice. Some people are watching these views. Like, oh, this got 20 views." And no joke, 20 for me was a lot back then.
yeah,
Um, and then it started just dwindling off, and I got like, and I did. And there's times like people don't realize this because this has been like years down the road, but there's times when I moved away
yeah,
from the stuff, and I was like, I was either burnt or I felt, I just had some massively bad experiences. And but eventually, I came back, and it is what it is today. And um, been lucky enough to to connect with some amazing people. Malcolm here, who we do great stuff together. I really think we do. That our voices kind of work well together. Disconnected there. Jose was there earlier. Uh, we got Brian from Just to This, who drops in every once in a while. Another really great guy. Dustin Lewis got his own podcast. Just some amazing people. Like
Cinema Dave.
Cinema Dave's incredible. Um, One thing I will say about this channel, I may not have the biggest subscriber count, but I would tell you right now, I got some massively amazing people on here. Chandler,
Yeah.
no Chandler, you guys are pretty awesome with your stuff, and
I think
you're
that's
very
I,
much
I
appreciated.
think at the end of the day that's what matters. If you've got a really nice community of people, it really encourages you, you
It
know,
does.
and it really pushes you to want to keep interacting and doing more, And I think that was a part of my problem. I'd been doing YouTube for over 10 years, and I had a lot of negative things happen in the past. As Aaron knows himself, you get negative
Yeah.
moments, and it makes you self-conscious. It makes you feel untrusting what people might do or say, and it kind of got to me. Um, and I mean, I never thought I was going to be doing streams again because I was just so affected by things that happened, and I just struggled mentally from it because I was like, okay, people are not watching. People have given up on me. Were supposed to be my friends, not just online, but in reality, you know. But I think it's important to realise, like for me, doing these with Aaron have been something that have been really good for me, and I get to have fun. I get to have a great friendship, and I get to communicate with people. And I know people have subbed to me, and maybe I should do reviews. But the thing is, when I started doing these with Aaron, it was never about me getting subs. It was about me just wanting to, have fun, contribute with Aaron, and just we ended up having a great chemistry. We're really good friends off camera,
Oh
and we
yeah.
talk. So to
We hung out.
me, that's important. To me, that's important. And I think I've always said my thing as well is I always said to Aaron that I wanted to concentrate on these with him because to me that's important. You know, just check your channel. Around 60 of your
Nice.
videos got 1,000 plus views. Oh, awesome! I should have a look at it really. Let's say it says Spencer for a great show. It is a great show. I would have bought those Spencer for hires, but I just think they're too expensive for me, especially considering I've got to buy them and import them. And it's okay. But I think I'd buy them if they were 20.
Yeah. And by the way, I think
Especially for
that
the.
do your Pokemon video
Oh yeah.
track. Hell yeah.
Trek. From what I've seen from you, Trek, you've got a passion for these things, a really deep passion, and I think you should do that. It was great to see your voice in these reviews.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's the passion that makes a big. Did Hawk ever get get some physical media release? I don't think it has it? The 1 season spinoff.
No, I don't believe so.
Here's one I recommend. If you don't have it, this is definitely one to pick up. Because glad to see these back. Papa the Sailor, 1933 to 1938.
Oh yeah, I've got to pick them up because they're different to the Blu-rays, aren't they? There's 3 of them, and then there's 3 Blu-rays.
Yeah, the Blu-ray ones are completely different.
Yeah.
It's Blu-rays are the latter. This is like the classic Fleischer era.
Yeah. What's that? Oh, show business. Sounds good.
Viva Vila.
Viva Villa. The boy could fly.
Step by step. Doc Savage. Oh, I love that movie so much.
Oh, the Sun 16 does. I'm going to buy that.
I remember that, he gets into a fight, and him and the bad guy literally fight around the world.
Seriously? What? You mean in the same fight?
Yes. Have you not seen this movie?
No.
They literally shows them, and kind of on show a map, and they're literally fighting around the world. It's kind of campy. It's really good. Ron Ely, played Tarzan, plays Doc Savage. If you haven't seen it, Malcolm, it's really good. It's really fun.
I'm going to pick it up. I've been waiting for the right price, and to me, 16 for Blu-ray is the right price.
That is a good price for that, actually, very much. The devil is a sissy. And none of these actors were ever seen again.
That's nice. I had no idea there were people interested in obscure TV and cinema like me until I found Aaron's channel. The passion, knowledge, and delivery makes you guys so good.
Thank you so much, man.
I appreciate that.
Obscure TV, especially. Oh my God, man. Me and Malcolm were talking earlier because they're putting out a new season, a new box set for the Columbia Classics, right?
Oh yeah.
And Starman is coming out. And Malcolm's first question, as soon as I showed him the picture, was like, "Is the TV series, the Robert Hayes TV series, coming out?" And I'm like, I already got that, but that'd be awesome if it is. And he checked. He's like, "Yes, they're including the entire TV series in its own 4K disc." Which is utterly amazing because the TV series is just as good as the freaking movie. I'm going to say it right now.
Yeah, I think it's incredible. I think it's incredible that they're doing that because I think it adds more to the actual set.
Oh, yeah. Right. And the thing is, do you remember who played the son?
Long time ago. Who played the son?
Barnes. The voice of, I'm
right.
pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong here, but is he not the voice of Spider-Man?
I think he is.
from the 90 series.
It'd be great if they did. It is. I think I saw it. Yeah, it's right there, isn't it?
Christopher Daniel Barnes. Yep, it's him. Damn it, man. I'm good, man.
The greatest Spider-Man animated series of all time, that.
It really is a great series. Now, I'm partial to the 60 series just because I grew up with it. But I will
Oh, yeah.
100% say that one. I think Spectacular Spider-Man's really good too. I think that one's underrated.
Yeah.
One
one of my favorite Spider-Man is the 70s one. You know, the 70s TV show one.
Oh yeah, I like that. The guy
As
from
goofy as people see it.
Fan Music.
Yes, as much as people think it's goofy, I just love it.
Spy Maker. I had this on VHS.
Is that good? Because I haven't seen it.
It's okay. I mean, Jason Connery is basically playing, he's playing Ian Fleming, and it's like showing how like where the idea came from. Death Trap. I actually did this play.
Classic TV Christmas collection.
It's actually kind of cool. I did the play Death Trap twice. I did it in school, and I did it like in a local theater.
Nice.
I got to play the role that Chris Reeve plays.
I got to play a tree in a play when I was 4, and I kid you not, I fell off the stage and wet myself on top of someone.
Did you enjoy it?
Well, considering I was like 5.
So we got what do you got for Christmas? We got a Dr. Kildare Christmas special, The Courtship of Eddie's Father, Chips, 8 is Enough, Welcome Back, Kotter, Alice, Perfect Strangers, Mama's Family. That's one of Hen's favorites, actually. Veronica's Closet. Oh, God, I used to like that show. And Suddenly Susan. I used to like that show, too. I forgot about that one.
Keggy
That's
says
actually
you kissed
very
a man.
good. Actually, that's actually a very good classic Christmas because they're not shows that normally you see, right?
Yeah, Keggy said, so you kissed a man.
Yeah. It's part of the play.
The next question is going to be, did you enjoy it?
Oh, pretty soft lips. I actually don't remember, but I do remember it's part of the play. It's part of the play, right? It's like if you do hair, like there's a nude scene if you're playing one of the roles.
Yeah.
I did hair, but I didn't play that role.
I was Malcolm the Tree, and I fell off the stage and just let go. At that point, I couldn't talk either. I didn't talk till I was 6.
Did you really?
Seriously, I didn't talk until I was 6.
We got something in common then, because where I was at like epilepsy, I was stuttering so much that most people couldn't understand me.
It's probably not talking, really, isn't it?
And yeah, and what's worse, people were making fun of me, trying to get me to swear and stuff like that. And Jason Connery was Dominique on Smallville. Okay, Lana Luthor's Guy, he sent to spy. I remember that. That was kind of cool.
Well, that was good.
I love Smallville, man. Crush Groove.
I'm so glad they released on Blu-ray. Crush Groove was morning.
Pat and Mike. I like that movie
Pat
a
and
lot.
Mike.
The Kissing Bandit.
Classic. That's the type of bandit you want.
Westward, The Women. The Pajama Game. I love Doris Day. Absolutely massive Doris Day fan. You guys know because I bought a Doris Day movie recently, actually.
She's wonderful. She is.
Green Slime. If for nothing else, that song. You got on Green Slime just for that freaking song.
I might buy it, actually.
You don't have Green Slime?
No.
I absolutely frigging love Wife versus Secretary. This is such a good movie. It's a classic. Nick Carter mysteries.
Oh, nice. That's not bad for $14.
Yeah. You can sit down with a corncob pipe, and like watch some Nick Carter.
No Spencer Traces, which is always good.
Yankee Doodle Dandy. I remember the first time I saw that.
Oh, that's great. That's a great film.
Absolutely fantastic. I was like kind of blown away because like I knew like him as James Cagney. I was like I knew him, me and him up road from. I knew him from like gangster movies and stuff like that. So it's really
I think it's interesting because when he's in those movies, you feel like he's been himself more.
Yeah, and when
You know, not the gangster ones, but you know, like the dancing and the kind of light-hearted ones. You feel like that's more because he was a dancer, wasn't he?
yeah, he was just kind of like Hugh Jackman in that way. Like Hugh Jackman, like
Yeah,
a badass Wolverine character. In reality, he's like he's a Broadway type. He's a dancer, a singer. Actually, Tony
yeah.
for the for Boy from Oz
Do you know what his first play was in the theatre?
for Hugh Jackman.
Yeah,
I don't know which was his first play.
Oklahoma.
That makes sense, actually. It's amazing
Yeah.
how many like plays I did like outside of school that were musicals when I have the worst singing voice you could possibly imagine.
Kegan, my favourite James Cagney movie, even though it's going to be a little bit cheap, is Angels with Dirty Faces.
Same, hands down. Makes me cry every time.
Such, it does, makes me cry. It's just a phenomenal movie.
Question: do you think he was scared, or do you think he did it for the kids?
He did it for the kids.
That's what I thought too. Good.
You know, he did it for the kids, and that's what makes it so emotional.
Dr. Gillespie
Because you see
movie.
throughout the whole movie how much he cares about them.
Do you have this?
I do not.
Do you know anything about Dr. Gillespie?
No.
Well, I can
What
tell
do
you
I need
this.
to know about him?
He's a doctor. Solano Barrymore. I don't know, Jack. I mean, I think I've seen one, but I don't remember it. Listen,
I say,
let me
oh, a
drop some
Tarzan.
knowledge on you, man.
Another
Oh my
Tarzan
God,
collection.
the Gordon Scott collection.
Yeah.
This is the Tarzan. Like this is the bomb. Well, I'm so
That's
old.
it, Kagi. It's a doctor in a wheelchair, and that's where the story just keeps going, I guess.
Yeah. Little do we know later on, he would the X-Men would come about.
Yeah, because it's the original Professor Xavier.
There you go. Okay, this one I'm guessing you got this right. No, you don't have to. Dude,
No, I don't have
this
any of
is
the
the one.
Tarzans.
This is the one. Tarzan's Hidden Jungle, Tarzan Lost Safari, Tarzan the Trappers, Tarzan's Fight for Life, Tarzan's Greatest Adventure. Is that the one? My dad was here. No, one of them as like freaking Sean Connery as the villain. I kid you not. Tarzan the Magnificent. I think it's Tarzan's Greatest Adventure. Let's just see. I'm gonna get muffin about some Tarzan.
When I first saw this, you know that cover, I thought he had like one of those lifeguard buoy things in his hand, even though it was his leg.
Like, look at this. Like, 4 British villains raid a settlement to obtain explosives for use in a diamond mine. In doing so, they nearly destroy the settlement. And Tarzan pursues them to the mine.
Wow.
And look who it is. It's like freaking Anthony Quayle, Sean Connery.
Whoa.
Yeah. This is a
I
badass.
I love that his name's O'Banion.
O'Banion, yeah. Look, we got some sexy ladies there.
So if I take anything from tonight, I should buy these collections.
You should at least if you only buy one, in all seriousness, get the Gordon Scott.
Yeah.
If you can only get one, you're like, okay, I'm going to get one just to check him
Yeah.
out, just to see. Always go with Gordon Scott.
All right.
Even if you see some Johnny Weissmuller, always go with Scott.
Okay.
We need the
I'll do
90s Tarzan Syndicate series. Which one? Are we talking about like the one that was kind of the syndicated one? So I'm going to guess you don't mean like the Wolf Larson one. That was the half-hour one. You're talking about the one with was it Joe Lara? Where basically we did Peliquidor and all that stuff? Because that went into like the more like fantastical aspects of it. Had like a lot of like CGI from back in the day and stuff. So actually, I actually like that show.
My favourite Tarzan movie of all time is George of the Jungle.
You gotta watch some more Tarzan. My dad will be like,
Blast
my dad
from Home.
chose Christopher Lambert best Tarzan. I'm not like I wanted that movie.
I didn't even know he was Tarzan.
He was actually, yeah, Tarzan the Ape Man. But you are okay. So I'm lacking in like Asian knowledge. We know that, we found that out. Apparently, Malcolm's like soft spot is Tarzan.
Yep. The only time
Maybe
I
one
say
of us is
something,
more excited about like dudes in loincloths than the other. Maybe that's
yes, you and your dad have obsessions with mostly naked men swinging.
Phantom of Hollywood. I would totally buy
Ooh.
this. What the hell is this, man? I think I've seen
No, no,
this.
no. Tell you buy this. What is it?
Yeah, like I'm like, have I seen this? This looks like something I've seen. Then I'm like,
You
I
just
don't
like
care.
the
I wouldn't
mask.
care. Like Jack Cassidy, Broderick Crawford, Peter Lawford, and the rhymes like Crawford and Lawford. There we go.
Wow.
Jackie Coogan, uh,
I
John
say
Ireland.
73 minutes.
Yeah, not bad. So I'm guessing probably a TV movie. One of the old school ones. Funky Phantom, used to love that. Agatha Christie collection with Helen Hayes.
Oh, that nasty spy did go down.
$20. It's not actually. I think like some of these here like should be a little bit cheaper.
I think so. I think 15 is a good price, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. I think the sets though, the $29, $24 sets, those are well priced.
Oh,
For
yeah,
like
they're perfect. Those, yeah, that's definitely a good price because you get multiple movies.
yeah, and for to be honest with you, those some of those sets were out of print for like a long period of time, like for
Yeah,
years.
that's
We
true.
luckily have the face of Fu Manchu. You know, we need to have all the Fu Manchu movies, especially those amazing Just Franco ones.
Let's just think of one suck.
They do, man. And I love Just Franco stuff, but even
Yeah.
I, even I'll say, yeah, they're not good movies. Spencer Hard, the first season. I remember the second season, they took away his love interest so that they give him different love interests. And people are like, that's one of the things we like about it. Is he's loyal to his girlfriend.
What is the upper world? Because I thought when I saw it, I thought it was the upper hand.
I have this one actually. I bought this one the same day that I bought that one I showed you before. Remember when I told you about that store?
Yeah.
God,
Is it a gangster movie?
I think so. I mean, it's the one I remember. I know it's a pre-code one. I picked it up. Ginger Rogers, yeah, Ginger Rogers, Mary Astor, Sidney Tolier, J. Carol Ashwood. Freaking like, no fan of Golden Era films would want to miss this luminous cast, even if all the stars did was sort socks. Instead, they light up a dynamic pre-code programmer with 30s moxie. It's got moxie, I tell you. Malcolm's got some moxie.
Must
Railroad
say.
tycoon Alex Stream gets the blues when his society page wife forgets their anniversary and possibly celebrates instead with vivacious burlesque dancer Lily Linda. The two soon establish a sweet, sympathetic relationship because that's what you do when you got moxie, but it turns deadly serious when a would-be blackmailer tries to plug Alex. Lily takes a bullet and Alex finds himself accused of murder.
Because he was carrying Moxley. With Moxley.
It's a good movie. I haven't seen it in a while, but I actually remember liking it.
We will be doing a Black Friday stream.
100%, yes. I'll probably be working right before it. Oh, the Wolf Larson one. Okay, sorry, I missed that. Yeah, the Wolf Larson was fun. It had like Lizette Anthony as Jane in the Wolf Larson one. For those
Nice.
that kind of don't remember, was Lizette Anthony was the girl for Trilogy of Terror 2, and she was of course Angelique in the Ben Cross version of Dark Shadows.
If I'm correct, Keggy, about the baby, that's the one where the guy has a serious accident, and basically you find out that they're keeping him. And I don't know if I can't really spoil the twist, but basically he gets brain damage, and from what I remember, the girl takes care of him, and then you find out the twist of why she's so interested in him at the very end. It's not one of
Yeah,
the
that's a
greatest
great
movies,
twist. Yeah, that's a great twist.
but it's a crazy movie,
It is weird as hell.
especially when you see the ending. You just sit there going, "What the hell?" You
You feel like
know?
the ending made it worth it, though. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So it's a decent one to watch, in my view, especially as a 70s movie. But, it can feel.
The other Popeyes, when the other Popeyes there, 41 to 43.
Well, that's not bad for you.
Yeah, that's a great price for that set. And of course, one of the greatest noir classics of all time, which I'm sure everybody has, Born to Kill, Lawrence Tierney. He was born to play this role. And this should have made him a megastar. But Lawrence Tierney, he did his Lawrence Tierney. which is a shame.
Gaggy asked if you recommend it.
Which one?
The baby.
The baby? I do. It's weird. It's a weird. Like you got to know going in, it's not your regular film. It's weird.
No.
But if you like that stuff, it's got a nice twist at the end of it. I'm not sure like rewatchability factor how high, but I liked it. I own it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's. I would say after you know the twist, it's not very rewatchable. Just
That's
because that twist, knowing it, ruins the whole thing. Really.
That's from John Shea from Lois and Clark was in the running to play Indiana Jones. Actually, would have been kind of cool.
That would have been
Rest
cool.
in peace, Ben Cross. By the way,
That's nothing. I can't wait. December 4th, Indiana Jones comes out 4K. I'm going to be buying that.
The new one?
Yeah.
I probably would too. I actually didn't mind that movie. I thought it was okay. Especially because, like, what do they expect someone to do when he's 80 years old? Like, how much can you do?
I mean.
I'm sorry.
Some people were angry with it, saying Disney ruined it, and it didn't look that bad from what I saw.
No, he did more than I expected him to do at that age.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
that girl from like it's got that girl in it. So, yeah, and I love her. So
I love her. She's got this. It's weird because she's got this nerdy, kind of sexy look to her, but with an attitude. Do you get what I mean?
Oh my god, yes, she totally does. You totally hit it.
Yeah.
My dad's got to be a mass fan of this Wild Bill Elliott Western collection.
Whoa, 8 movies?
Yep. These were some cool things. When we used to sell movies at the flea market years ago, like Wild Bill Elliott was the most requested Western star.
Wow.
Hands down. Like above Lash LaRue, above all of them, Wild Bill Elliott was the guy. And he went on later on, like after the Westerns, was do like a few like mystery films too, where he played kind of a detective character. But the Longhorn, Waco, Kansas Territory, the Maverick, Rebel City, Topeka, Vigilante Terror, the 49ers. Though he refused to do the sequels, the 69ers. He wouldn't do that one.
No, he wouldn't. That's if you can look that up on all popular adult sites, where his face is edited in like Helen Mirren's was in Caligula.
This is one of the movies like you mentioned when you were a kid and the movie that freaked you out.
Yeah.
This here, Don't Be Afraid to Die with Kim Darby was the movie that freaked me out when I was a kid. I was being babysat by my aunt, and her boyfriend's over. So she's like, "Hey, watch some TV." What you do. And so I sit down and like it's late, it's night, and I get up. I can't sleep. And so Who's Afraid of the Dark is just coming on. CBC late night. And I sit down to watch it. And there's like little creature things, and it freaks me. It's got like that dark ending too, right? Like this is not a happy movie. They did kind of try to remake it. It wasn't that great, but the original is so good.
Was that the one that had Katie Holmes in it, the remake?
That is the one, yeah.
Yeah, thought so.
But Kim Darby, of course, a lot of you guys are going to know her as the mom in Halloween 6. Like,
oh, yeah.
But actually, she was, at a time, she was kind of a bit of a sex symbol. I remember watching Vegas, with Las Vegas with Vegas with like Rob Urich. Speaking of like Rob Urich, actually, and she was in it. She was like the sexy girl.
Trek asks Aaron and Malcolm, do you guys have any of the Big Finish audio dramas for Doctor Who? If so, are they worth it?
I used to. The right ones, yeah, definitely. Am I a Frank Zappa fan? I used to have like a couple Frank Zappa albums. But I like I find some of the best ones for me. Colin Baker has got really great Big Finish audios. They did like this anniversary one where they did Daleks and the Master and Omega. It was like a three-parter, like 3 stories with 3 different doctors, 3 different classic villains. That was a really good one. Peter Davison, who I kind of found a little bit bland initially as Doctor, who I think he's really good in the Big Finish audios. Sylvester McCoy, of course.
Yeah.
But I think Colin Baker really got to like show how good his Doctor could be.
Yeah. And I think sometimes some of them are better in the audios than they are in the actual series.
Oh yeah, like there's some great stuff in there. Great stuff, actually.
Like True Grit. True Grit's amazing.
Do you have the power?
The power.
Seven Keys, the bald pate. Triple feature.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Never say goodbye. Cattle King. Come live with me.
Terror
Oh, you
on a
should
Train.
definitely get Paul McGann ones. I love the fact that Paul McGann has got his own TV series. It's well deserved.
Did
You
you hear the
know,
rumor that they're going to do like
it's the Doctor.
it's Doctor?
Yeah.
Terror on a Train. I love the fact that it shows them running on train, like drawn train tracks and absolutely no train.
I love that the train looks like it's the train tracks look drawn in like a sketch.
They are drawn. Ben Ford. My dad was named after him. Kansas City Bombers.
Oh,
I would buy that.
what's
Just for yeah,
oh,
just
naughty
for that.
Marietta. I
Naughty.
like movies with the name Nolte in them.
Naughty. Naughty, naughty, naughty.
Naughty, naughty, naughty. Right in the plaza.
Tick, tick, tick.
I got Awakening recently. I got it in the imprint sale.
The Warren Williams collection.
Ooh,
Is it
nice.
really a collection of only 2 movies?
No.
Because I'm like, never so few actually have that one. It's not bad. How
can it confuse the fans? I mean, we got to remember is I think a lot of the reason why they're thinking about making other series. Now, this is just a guess, a wild guess, is they've got partnership. BBC have got partnership with Disney to show the movies and series and movie things. And I think what's happening is Disney have said, look, if we do this in America, will you make the universe bigger? Because I know that's what Russell T Davies wanted in the first place before he was, gone.
With Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures.
Yeah, exactly. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to make this whole universe, which will be incredible if it's done right. And I think the eighth, I think the eighth Doctor is definitely going to have a series. But I will say this: I think if anybody says they're confused by that, I don't know why. Because,
yeah, at this point, like if you've been watching Doctor Who, and you're that's the thing.
And Betty Davis is phenomenal.
Exactly. One of my favorites. Betty Davis. I'm a massive Joan Crawford fan too.
Yeah.
Humoresque is one of my favorite.
Even though she was crazy. She was a crazy woman.
Well, but
But don't make her any less of a great actress, does it?
Also, who's not attracted to crazy when they're younger too, right?
Oh, you were into her, were you?
Oh, very much so.
For a second, I thought that Buster Keaton said Butter Keaton.
Butter Keaton, yeah. Doughboys.
Do you like movies with D's in the title? Oh, yeah. You mean like D's nuts?
Double D's. Triple D's. Madam X. Oh, the double feature. That's nice.
Oh, nice.
I would totally buy Scruples. I'm not going to lie to you. This is like a miniseries one. That's Lindsay Wagner right there.
Lovely.
I'm a massive TV movie fan. I grew up in that era. There was all 3 volumes are there.
Oh, nice.
And I paid like money for these when I got these. And for a long time, people would be like offering me money. Like what I showed the Popeye the Sailor was because they weren't in print for a long period of time. And so people would offer me, I got offered serious money for those Popeye sets.
Why didn't they just punch you in the face and take them?
Well, because they were on through the computer, and like if they could do that, then they could get.
Oh, okay, it was through the computer.
Yeah, like I got like DM'd and stuff like that. People asked me, but it was one so like me and my better half really love Popeye. So
the quality's good then.
Oh, the quality's great. They look really good. It's a great remaster. Somebody up there likes, and then a piano falls off. Like.
New Faces from 1937. I think I got the Blu-ray of that.
The Mangler?
A Mangler.
Dark Victory is a great movie.
I own that.
It's a great one, man. Little Foxes, too. I like that. The Naked Spur. God, love those spurs that are naked.
Yes.
I love Gargoyles, actually.
Great film.
The Bowery Boys Volume 1.
Oh, so they've got 2 volumes.
Oh, probably more than that, man. There's a few Bowery Boys. like films out there, man.
That's true.
The Black Scorpion. I don't know if we got that
Oh,
one or not. Trying to remember. We used to get Hind, like Warner Archives is one of Hind's like favorite. Like she loves Kino. She loves Warner Archives. These are the type of labels that she likes.
yeah, I can see why, because they have more of the classic stuff.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I get a lot excited about a lot of this stuff, and just some of this like is weirder, like not weird, but like different type of stuff
Yeah.
than like what you normally
It feels like you can go into the past and not be disappointed.
Jack Mahoney and Mike Henry.
Whoa.
It's 2 Tarzans for the price of 1.5 Tarzan.
One.
Tarzan goes to India. Tarzan's 3 Challenge is really good. Actually, my dad typed that one. Tarzan Valley of Gold, Tarzan and the Great River. That's a really good one, actually. So Jack Mahoney was a stuntman, and he was actually the stuntman for other Tarzans.
Hercules, what's this? Hercules, Samson, and Eustace?
I'm okay with him not using Grace. Like I liked her in the movie, but I'm kind of she was one of the ones she said no, I'm staying, and she went, and she stayed.
Have you seen that Hercules movie?
Hercules, my dad definitely has. I don't think I have though. If it's Pablum, my dad's seen it, right? Kirk Morris, Richard Lloyd. Like my dad would 100% know this one right away. I will be honest with you and say
Kirk
no.
Morris.
No. Well, if I had Chuck Norris, I wish, man, if I had the money right now, I'd buy all these freaking Tarzan sets, like 100%. Like, there's a lot of stuff that tempt me here about Tarzan. I would grab all these because that's the thing. This what Warner Brothers does. They keep them in sets, they put them in sets, then after a while, they break them up.
Lucille Ball Comedy Collection.
That's actually kind of cool. RKO Comedy Collection. Go chase yourself. Next time I marry, look who's laughing. Actually, I like Mary Lance. He was like an opera singer back in the day. He made a few movies. Seven Hills Rome's actually probably one of his best.
Yeah.
Lon Chaney Talks.
Lon Chaney Talks for the first times.
Tex Avery Screwball Classics Volume 1.
Hot Rod. Hot Rod. No, I've never had these nuts. I thought it was a joke. I didn't even know it actually existed.
It is. How can you not have like a whole face full of these nuts? Monogram Cowboy Collection.
Ooh. Volume 10.
Are you a Western fan?
I'm not into. I've watched a few Westerns, but I never really got into them. I mean, I've been building my collection up of them, just same as war movies, like the old school.
Yeah.
And what I want to do is I want to have a month I'm just watching Westerns and the military movies another month, because I feel like that's probably part of my weakness when it comes to movies. Not because I don't want to watch them, but just because I find them harder to find, like when you're out.
Yeah, I agree. Like, now for me, like I grew up with like Westerns because my pop was a massive Western fan. My dad was a massive Western fan. So Audie Murphy and guys like that were guys that I would watch a ton of their stuff. And every Sunday there'd be like Lone Ranger and Six Foot Kid would come on.
I don't know, Trek. I don't know why you doubt it, because I highly believe the Elm Streets will eventually come out on 4K. It's just a matter of time.
I mean, good. Recently, Planet CHH, I think it was last night, right? So put out a video. It's a good video to watch, guys.
Yeah.
Where he talks about the Elm Streets. And he heard the same thing I heard. I'm wondering if we had the same connections, because we both had heard that Scream Factory had been working on features and they were just told literally to drop it. So, yeah. And because I know that for me and probably for him too, heard early on when those features were being done, like it was rumored in the community online, and everybody kept their mouth shut. And thankfully we did, because it didn't happen, sadly. It's the anniversary of Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, coming up actually next year. So Planet CHH said it, and I will agree with it. If they don't do anything for the Nightmare on Elm Street anniversary coming up, I don't know if they're ever going to do it.
That's a good point.
My worry, and this is my worry, Malcolm, is that they're going to do like put one out, just put it like part one on 4K or something like that.
A bit
And
like
like
they've done with
half-ass
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, and it kind of half-ass it. And I think what they need to do is like put that baby to the hands of a boutique label, into like a Scream Factory, into an Arrow Video, and just go and say, you know what? Do it. Put out a good set. Do a Friday the 13th set. Do a Halloween set. Do a really nice set. Doesn't have to be 4K. It can be Blu-ray, but just give us a nice set, nice features and stuff like that. I'd love to have 4K, but 4K means they're going to break them up, right? And it's going to take us like 5 or 6 years to get them all.
Well, I mean, personally, I wish they'd release some like the Halloween 4Ks, because I really like those hard boxes.
But that's the thing. Like even Scream Factory gave up on those hard boxes.
Yeah.
Like literally, I was in the store the other day, and you were 100% correct. I saw Halloween 4 there, the 4K edition. No longer had the hard box. It was like just a regular slipcover.
Yeah.
The only hard box I saw was Elvira's Haunted Hills. I shit you not. And I don't mind Elvira's Hills, but still,
Yeah, but still, it just doesn't make as much sense, if you ask me, to take that away when that's a massive selling point.
It was, and they did take it away, and I was always like blew my mind that when they put out the movies, the Child's Play and stuff like that, I was so stoked, man. I was like, okay, I got it. I really shouldn't buy it again, but if they're hard box, that's like the Halloweens. I gotta have it in my collection. And they came out and they're regular, and I'm like, I can wait.
Yeah. I did go to CEX. Keggy, I picked up a massive Cary Grant set. It was like this big. It has 21 discs in it.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't have to do that for me, Malcolm.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? I picked up some other Blu-rays there, like Jane Got a Gun. I picked up Fantasia 2000 and Fantasia. What else did I pick up? Picked up a few things. I think that was it. I've had a whole load of stuff come from Amazon because of the early Black Friday sales. So I've been grabbing stuff like the fall seasons 1 to 3, which has Gillian Anderson in. I picked up Pleasure. I watched Resident Evil Death Island today because that came. And I Tales of the Hood 1 and 2. I also got the new Spider-Man verse 1 and what was it? What's the other one? Transformers. Tomorrow I've got Dungeons and Dragons, the new one coming. So I've got quite a lot of stuff. Normally I go and see X and I trade stuff in, but I'm replacing. I paid £18 for the Cary Grant set. It was actually really, really good. Really, really nice because it's got it's got his face. It's got the picture of him on the covers. It's a really nice set. I'll show you a picture since I haven't got it on me.
Oh, this is one that I need.
You do need that badly. That's you all over. That is.
Have you seen American Anthem?
No. This is what it looks like.
Let me see. Hold on. Oh, cool. I like that.
Yeah, £18, which I didn't think was bad. No, I've not seen it. Is it worth it?
That's okay. One, I'm going to say something. You're not going to laugh. So that's Mitch Gaylord. And he's a famous.
Oh, you cut out at the last bit. What was it?
That's Mitch Gaylord.
You're laughing.
It's Mitch Gaylord. Yeah, that Mitch Gaylord was a very famous uh Olympic gymnast. And for those,
It just
everybody
gets worse, doesn't it?
knows
It just
this.
gets
Like I
worse.
was super into, gymnastics. What I did was what I was into, uh, and I love movies with gymnastics. So Jennifer Jones, not Jennifer Jones, Jennifer, what's her name again? She married Wayne Gretzky anyway, the hockey
Yeah.
player here in Canada, and they're still married today. So she's the lead in this, and they're so stiff. They have zero chemistry. But I absolutely adore this movie. Um, like he's this gymnast who's kind of like he's given up on it, and she's come to town, and she really wants to she wants to make it type of thing, and she kind of inspires him to kind of go back into it. It's got a
Okay.
great song.
So it's a bit like Save the Last Dance.
I have a better for me because I massively love gymnastics. Of course, it was this. I still to this day I watch. If it's the Olympics and stuff like that and gymnastics on, I'm watching the gymnastics programs. And but no, I love it.
You should show us. You should show us your gymnastics skills at some point.
I wish I could, man. My gymnastics. It's actually it's a sticking point. It's a sad point with me because I was in gymnastics and I did get hurt and I did and I couldn't go back in. Um, and that's for a little period of time, like in between when I was a kid and went act and I grew up and went act. This is where I thought I was going to be. This is what I thought I was going to do.
Wow.
But it was a cool movie. American Rickshaw. Yeah, he's in that one too. And I think it's him or his brother actually that plays the oh God, what was it? In Batman Returns.
What's
No,
his
not Batman
brother's
Returns.
name?
Batman Forever. Oh, his brother's is also a gymnast too, but one of them I think it's his brother played like the elder, like Dick Grayson's older brother in
Oh, okay.
Batman Forever, and I think he did the stunts for Chris O'Donnell too.
But wasn't Dick Grayson an orphan?
No, well, that's not in Batman Forever. Like that's where he becomes an orphan. Like, because we see the
Okay.
Flying Graysons at the front at the beginning, right?
Yeah, I've got you.
But no,
Yeah.
yeah, this is actually a fun film. Take it easy. I think it's Andy Taylor does the song, from Duran Duran.
Yeah.
Great song. Like when I say this is one that I want to own, it's one I really want to own. It's on the top of my list. I watched this. I used to rent this so many times, and I would both be really excited to see it. One, the lead actress is, I got to get the name right. I can see if it's down here. Yeah, Michelle Phillips in it. Mike Pataki's in it, of course. Yeah, but they're not the leads. God, Janet. I get her name wrong all the time.
No, that's a great movie. Jim Carter.
Jim Carter. I love Jim Carter. Jim Carter and American Anthem, because I did gymnastics back in the day. I would watch these movies. I'd rent them over and over again, and I'd be really excited to watch them, and I'd be really depressed at the same time. It is what it is, my friends, but that's true.
It is. So, mate, do you know what I always wanted to do, sport-wise? When I was in school, I loved badminton, and I wanted to be a badminton champion.
Were you good at badminton?
I was really good at it, and to the point where I decimate people. But then things happen, as you know yourself, and you end up not being able to do it.
It's
but to this day, like you, I still watch badminton.
I can tell you, when I played badminton, I was really good until that birdie would come towards me, and then I'd miss it,
and you'd freak out.
And I'm like, this is not the sport for me. I used to love playing it though. We'd play badminton, but just not good.
The best,
as a kids.
The best badminton I played was naked badminton with my wife. That was great. What are you guys?
Nice.
What are you guys most sought after Blu-ray DVD that is now oop? Oh,
that's a nice question. You go first, man.
For me, even though I know a better version will eventually come out, I would say See the Living Dead 4K from Cauldron Films. I really, really loved the way that looked. And it goes for like £120 over here. But I know someone like Arrow will release it, so I won't really say it's that much of a worry. There are Vinegar Syndrome stuff that I wish I could get, that's out of print and stuff like that. Here you go. Here's one. The Battle of Honor and Humanity Arrow sets, because they go for big money. I've got the cheap ones, but I wish I had those ones because I had them in America. What about you?
Can I be honest? There's only one thing, and it's not out of print. Actually, yes, it is. It's out of print in the version that I wanted it. And that is the original Warner. Speaking of Warner, the Thin Man set that came out back.
Oh,
I had that, the original Thin Man set, with all the movies. There's a bonus disc and all that stuff on it as well, I think. But it was really good, and I love that set. I watched it over and over again. Love the Thin Man movies. So I'm in St. John's, and I go to what is it, Piper's? It's a store at the time they carried like a little bin of movies. And I see the Thin Man set. There's like $19.99. Like, that's a freaking fantastic price. So their machine is down. They're
yeah.
So I said, okay, I'm gonna go get some money out, come back and get it. And I went downstairs, realized I had to go back to work. And I'm like, crap. So I go back to work. I said, I'll grab it after work. And finish work, come back. It's not there.
Oh.
So yeah, so that's been one of those. That's one of those. That's the one
That happened. That happened to me with Steam Boy. Look, but hey, I didn't know you there. Hey, how you doing? That happened to me with Steam Boy. It was in CEX. I was with my cousin and his friend, and I went, you can get out after we've watched the movie. And I was like, okay. And then when I came out, it was gone.
Oh, I hate when that happens, man.
I have the German Blu-ray, Mike. I love Rapid Fire. It's one that I love the bit when where Brandon Lee's about to get off with the female copper, and you've got Along, and he's about to kill the guy in the cell, and you've got that music while Paris Buffet's in the car, and they're arresting people. I love that. It's such a great scene. I love all the thing. I like the fighting. I like the poor Brandon Lee. He was so under appreciated until he passed.
I actually I do have the Twilight Time edition of that one.
Ooh.
It's one of the last Twilight Times I bought when they're going out.
Yeah. Yeah, I missed out on that because the problem with Cauldron Films is they don't ship to England. So, and then when importers have it, they kind of rise the price up. So then you're like, oh, wait for it to get someone to sell it, and then it goes out, doesn't it?
Oh, here it is. I think we have to give up all of our Black Friday plans because Hot to Trot is available.
I'm going to give up Fatal Games for that.
Yeah. Because
are you ready to buy Existence for the VS sale? I hope not. I'll be honest with you. I watched Existence years ago on VHS, and I just went, "What is this with this silly gun business?"
Is that the one? Actually, I like that movie. But didn't 101 Films put like a massively awesome edition of that?
They did. It wasn't really awesome. It was in one of those normal cardboard boxes. Yeah. It wasn't the hard ones you're thinking of.
My favorite Robin Williams movies right here. The World According to Garp.
Nice.
So, for those that don't know, aside from movies, and also I'm a voracious reader, and I spent like a whole period in college when I just read nothing but John Irving novels. And I must have read Hotel New Hampshire and The World According to Garp at least 20 times, and in the space of a few weeks. But I would keep going back to this one. I love this one. Love the movie. John Lithgow was in this as well, by the way. Just such a good film.
I love Videodrome.
Killer Among Friends. Ooh.
Oh, if that was 999, I'd buy it just for phasing. She was hot.
More TV movies need to be put out. I'm telling you that right now.
They do.
Hitler's
agree.
children.
Hey, video store, hey guys, do you ever sleep? The answer to that is a no.
Glenn Close too. Glenn Close, the mom of that one, actually. Even though she wasn't very much older than like Rob Williams at the time.
My favourite Robbie Williams movie, in case people wondered, is Mrs. Doubtfire.
Is it really?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you'd say something like, I don't know, Good Morning Vietnam or something like that.
Or Dead Poets Society.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. It is a great movie. Mrs. Doubtfire because it's because the relation I had with my father. I always wished he was that caring, but he'd do something that crazy, you know. Popeye is great. I love Popeye. Popeye to me, me and Donna have spoken about this, right? And I said, when you first watched Popeye years ago, it's like a fever dream. It's like you've watched too much cartoon Popeye, you put it on, and it's like you dreamt the whole thing until you realize it's in your hands. It's really weird because they nailed it so brilliantly.
It's Robert Altman. It's like blows your mind when you realize it's Robert Altman.
Exactly. Yeah, that's crazy.
What also was nuts, Robert Altman did not like the TV series MASH. That was I was very disappointed to hear that when I found that out.
That's depressing, isn't it?
Because that was such a good show. I'm sorry, Robert Altman. The TV series, might have did it a little bit better. Just saying.
Exactly. I agree, Keggy. It has.
Got the perfect
Family Matters.
That's the one I was talking about. Champions, a love story.
Wow. It was originally given a 15, leading to complaints from families unable to see the film. No cancer returned home. Well, that's crazy. To be fair, I can kind of get that because of the humour in it. And because of the situation, really, I guess.
He knows you're alone.
He knows you're alone now. You know that song from Tiffany? That song from Tiffany, I think we're alone now. Well, it's He Knows We're Alone.
Oh, SOB's got a Blu-ray too.
SOB! Star is Born. I've got that. Lady Scarface.
Oh, right up there. Okay, yeah, now I see it.
When Scarface couldn't do himself, they called in Lady Scarface's sister.
Harper, I have this one.
I got that. Andrew and Paul, they were both released over here.
Babylon 5, The Lost Tales.
Ooh.
My Past.
I didn't realise there were so many Warner Archive titles. That's crazy.
Wolf of the Forest. I mean, like, we've gone through a lot of pages of it.
Toys. 1 hour photo. How can anyone forget that? That's one of the greatest movies because he really shows a different side of his character.
True masterpiece.
It really is.
That episode that he did was Law and Order SVU? Too, it was. He played the bad guy?
Maybe. I know he was in Mork and Mindy.
So creepy. Mork and Mindy, but that episode where he plays himself was so ahead of its time and told us a lot about him, actually.
Pump Up the Volume. Pump Up the Volume. I got that today.
Oh, that's such a good movie. I love this movie so much.
It was £10 on the Black Friday sale thing. Oh, Rio Bravo. I can't wait for that to come out.
On 4K.
Yeah.
Not on sale, but, you know. Seven Faces Dr. Lowe.
If that was $9.99, I would have bought that.
So Seven Faces Dr. Lowe? 14's not bad, but 99 is better. I remember watching this when it came on TV initially, Jack the Ripper. It's like the miniseries.
Yeah, I remember that. Don has fond memories of that.
That's a good one. It's a really good one.
Errol Flynn in
Kim. I was actually really surprised my dad hasn't seen this movie.
Me too. I'd have thought he'd have been all over that.
Dr. Kildare. Good old Richard Chamberlain.
First season.
Star 80. That one always hits me too hard when I watch it. And then I'm like, I'm not going to watch it again. It's just too dark. And I'm like, oh, then I end up watching it again. I'm like, I shouldn't have watched it. Because it's a true story, man. Like, she really died, man. It's like Atlantis
Oh,
lost.
Alan, what's your favourite woman in prison chains movie? A lot to pick from. Well, I can tell you right now, he's not going to pick the jail, that Bruno Matti film. The jail women's hell. That was awful.
I don't know. I mean, that's a video in itself, Keg. To be honest with you, but there's like, it's not Bear Behind Bars. That one actually disappointed me.
Yeah, that one's terrible.
I like Chained Heat a lot. I really like that one.
Well, that is good.
That's a bit of a boring answer, but you know, it really is. This one stands out right now.
Violence in women's prison's good.
That's another good one.
Just put
yeah,
Loanda.
anything with Sybil Danning. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Chained Heat. It may be a boring answer, but actually is the one that stands out. So I'm gonna assume that's the one.
Violence in women's prison with Leander. Leander's the best character in that, you know. And the guy, I love the guy. I love the bit where the guy says to him, "You can get rest now, Leander," and he goes, "They got me with a stick," right? And then he goes, "You've got nothing to be ashamed of," and he just dies. I love it.
Oh, more Bowery Buys, volumes 3 and 4.
Whoa!
This is your time, man. You can get all the Bowery Buys you want.
I can. I can get Lawman.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Betrayed. What is that doing there? What the hell is Justice League doing there?
3D. Hey, Dad, if you're here.
God. Yeah, there you go. That's what he's going to buy from this collection.
Well, I said for 3D. I understand him buying it. Like if you want to get the 3D one, because you can get just as bored in 3D.
Girls in Chains is a great one. I'm glad you mentioned that because I haven't seen that in years.
Fantastic one, actually.
Stranger on the Third Floor.
Boomba.
Oh, William Powell, Warner Bros.
I do not know this one. I don't know a lot of this stuff.
You know, that's Tarzan, isn't it?
It's Boomba, the Jungle Boy. Boomba.
Boomba, boomba,
I'm going to assume
boomba,
that's how the song goes.
Boomba, boomba, boomba. Oh, boomba, Jungle Boy, boomba.
Forbidden Hollywood Volume 4. Is that like a... Is that all Powell?
It is.
Joe Robbery, Lawyer Man Wanted. They call it Sin. William Powell, Kay Francis. Oh, nice. Joan Blondell, Loretta Young. Oh, these sets are so nice.
They are, aren't they?
Oh, it's so good. There's so many of them, but I want them all. I've only got 2.
He wants some more. He wants some more, and he wants some now.
We'll go to 25 because my computer's dying. My iPad literally died on me, guys. I'm not even joking. That's why I can't say half the messages. I do apologize. But I keep going back. Because we've done it. I think we've gone at least 3 hours by now, maybe more.
3 hours, 50 minutes.
Holy crap. The original Nancy Drew movie ministry. I would love to have this. Oh god.
I've got that.
That is so
super clear and really nice.
See, Warner Archives really do go with remasters. They really do. I never worry. Thin Man. Sorry.
Oh, The Tattooed Stranger. 2 men loved this murdered woman.
2 men loved each other.
And both killed.
3 Musketeers, the classic one, my favorite. The Lost.
3D won't get boring if Russ Meyer. 3D won't get boring if Russ Meyer movies were in 3D.
I would love that. Yeah, I'll watch those.
Benay says
sometimes seem like they're in 3D.
Benay says Spider Labyrinth, Severin.
It is Severin. A lot of people are excited about it. I feel like I'm the outlier. Shadow of the Thin Man. Is this the one? One of them has like Jimmy Stewart, and
I own all of them, so
he was
I
not
don't
a fan
know.
because he plays a
Oh,
role
because it
that's
was.
very different. Yeah,
Oh,
because he
yeah,
does he doesn't like men.
if you want to know, she is.
Night Shift, classic film. Henry Winkler and Michael Keaton, just love that movie.
I've got that film. I got it today from Warner Archive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they've been slowly releasing all the Blu-rays over here.
Winter Kill. That's one of the. It was going to be like a. I think it went for like it was a TV movie. It was trying to make TV series out of it. That's a classic film, by the way. You picked up a good one with Night Shift, Malcolm. That's such a good title.
Yeah, I've got some more coming tomorrow. I can't. I've got some more. I can tell you when they come.
Okay, I promise I go to 25.
We're going to 50.
Yeah, so my computer went out less. I'm at like less than 10%.
Oh no.
All right. I want to thank everybody that came in for this almost 4-hour live stream.
Yes.
It was a massive fun thing to do. Really, really enjoyed it. Thank you guys. We will be doing a stream for Black Friday, looking at all the sales. I'm gonna try, depending on like my work hours, to do one on the channel and one on the Patreon. They'll be up as soon as like Wednesday. I should know my work hours for the next couple of weeks, so that's when I'll be able to put up the hours
Yeah.
for that. So we're waiting on that because I start the new job on Monday, and like fingers crossed it goes okay.
So if you're not a Patreon member, you need to join if you want to see us on Patreon, and you want to see me say a lot of ridiculous, insane stuff.
Stuff that we can't say on here.
Yep. Yeah, and everybody
And I
knows how
never,
much stuff I come out with on here.
exactly, and I never say any ridiculous, insane stuff. So there you
All night.
go. With that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for coming in. Thank Malcolm for joining me here tonight, and we will see you next time, right here in the Cult Cinema.
Take care, guys.